Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on Sunday, December 31st, last day of the year, man. But we ain't worried about that right now, man. We worry about trying to make some money today. It's NFL Sunday. We got some NBA action today as well. Hey, man, I'm excited. There was a lot that happened last night in the grand scheme of sports. We'll talk about it as it goes on, man. You guys heard my rants on the jam sessions today, so I'll ask these guys about them here in a little bit. But let's introduce all the guys. Y'all know who's here. First up, Money Man Mitch, Boss Man. What's up? What's happening?
Oh man, Auburn just played really well yesterday in that game against Maryland, just like I called it on the show. I knew Auburn would come out gangbusters and just look really good against that Big Ten competition. And I think unfortunately, I think Auburn thinks the game is today and not yesterday because they came out firing. But thankfully, our old Miss pick against Penn State, where I said go reverse on 14-point reverse on that thing, it hit at plus 400 and change. So more than offset that Auburn debacle. But I think that what we saw last night in the Orange Bowl was pretty much every argument for for just abandoning the bowl system as is in any way, shape, or form, and moving on from it. And I think Kirby Smart, same thing as he was in the national championship, should be embarrassed by his team's effort more than anything else.
For sure. Yeah, there was a lot that happened yesterday in sports, man. That happened. We also saw the biggest win in bowl history. Oh my God. We knew that was going to happen, and we pretty much, everybody on the show pretty much said that's what was going to happen yesterday. And I told you guys I wasn't even interested in watching that crap. I don't know if you guys seen how quick ESPN tried to get out of there and get to the Monday Night Football game, because most people was probably already gone. I had tuned in early. Yeah, I'm with Mitch. Yeah, that is they got to fix that, because that's not a good look. The Orange Bowl is one of the I'm not a huge college football guy, but the Orange Bowl is one of the bowls, and to have it be that, I think, is a slap in the face to college football, honestly. Rod, what's happening?
No, not too much. We got CD Lamb early, and then we got
Yes,
Messi.
we did. Too.
And then you got
jump throw.
The old school analytics versus the new school analytics, right? I think he just wanted to go for the two and save some injury. But you're battling for first. It's a first round bye. It's a new system. I would have went to overtime, kicked the extra after that penalty, and he moves you back. You kick the extra point, I think, and take your chances. 2020 and overtime. It is what it is. For you guys, it's like, yeah, we got the win. Well, we didn't.
Yeah, hey, we escaped.
I didn't get the win.
We escaped one,
but they did get the win.
And my argument: officiating been terrible all year. I mean, that's you win some, you lose some, man. It happened. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Jay, man? Ready to bounce back from a shitty day of sports betting for me. I did have Detroit money line. That was my last play on Detroit all season. If they would have lost that one yesterday, then that would have been it for me this season. Yeah, had to go with it, man. I just didn't like the Raptors in that spot at all. Raptors just suck. I've been preaching all season. Good starting line, shitty bench. And Detroit came through for me. Not sure how many more times I'm going to be on them, but it was a crazy day in sports period all day. I kept getting phone calls about the Cowboys game, about how Georgia was blowing them out. So I just had a lot of phone calls about a lot of situations that happened yesterday.
I think one of the things that got lost yesterday was LeBron getting robbed on his birthday. Oh, my God.
3-point.
Oh, God. I had Lakers money line, so I was sick to my stomach. Oh my God, that was a 3.
Was it a 3? Was it a 3?
That's a 3.
Man, you got to zoom in close for that one to be able to tell. But all in all, man, I'm just excited for the day. Ready to bounce back, man. Like I said, it wasn't a great day for me yesterday, so plenty of action. Short card for me today, but I love all my bets today.
Let's do it, man. Let's kick the crap out of the books. Jovan, what's happening?
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Money making Sunday. How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling. Another profitable day. Hit a couple money line plays. Pistons and a college play that did the job. Saint Francis, yeah. I had them for I think it was like plus 140, plus 145 when I hit it, when I put it in. So yeah, I had a lot of plays yesterday, so I won 11-9, but the two plus money plays, brought me over the top.
That's how you do it.
Basically wiped out the juice, on those plays and then some, so.
Winning day is a winning day. Let's stack another one. NFL Sunday. I know you locked and loaded today.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's do it. Back on the weekend show. What is today? My guy, Ron the Don. What's happening?
Yeah, happy New Year's Eve, everybody. I'm back. I've been struggling with the flu. I'm still kind of got those symptoms of cough and stuff, but you can't keep me down. I'm here to talk some NFL with you guys today. And big upset in college basketball we got to talk about is FAU going down to Dunk City, Florida Gulf Coast. That was a big one. FAU was coming off the nice upset win themselves, and we know they were Cinderellas in last year's tournament, but Florida Gulf Coast, they know a thing or two about being Cinderella and pulling off some upsets. So that was fun to see them win that game outright.
There you go. That's what I said. There was a lot that happened yesterday, between just every sport. It was like over 100 games. So it was one of them days yesterday, man. It was one of those days. And I'm pretty sure that one flew under a lot of people's radar. But hey, that, like you said, is huge for the grand scheme of things in college hoops. Eric P., Mr. Dom Club, what's happening?
Literally sending out plays as we speak. Sorry about that, guys. 2-0 yesterday on the Dime Club. Hit 2-0 in basketball on the basketball channel. Everybody was rocking and rolling yesterday. And like I said in today's video, by the way, Jay, remember what my old bookmaker told me? Never lay 5. Never lay 5. I was going to text you guys last night because Mitch was poo-pooing me. Never lay 5.
Yeah, man. It's back-to-back weeks where my defense, has just completely let me down. The offense
just can't stop a nosebleed. That's all.
Yeah, the offense has gotten it done. The offense, I think that's got lost. They went and scored on Miami last week to put the nail in the coffin. They didn't put the nail in the coffin this past week or last night, man. And the defense just couldn't stop a damn nosebleed, man. It went storybook too. They got the turnover, kicked the extra point for the cover. I was like, oh, turn me up. I'm feeling good. Defense, come on, man. At the crib for the cover. Let's get the stop. And couldn't get it done. It happens.
Rod Costi wanted me to tell you Finn's down. He's already at the stadium barbecuing on the grill.
Is he already at the Fins up?
All righty, fellas. Well, let's do it. Let's get started for today, man. Great day of sports, great day of NFL, NBA, and some college hoops and some hockey. So let's start it off. Let's start our day in Buffalo, where we got the Buffalo Bills laying 2 touchdowns on the New England Patriots. I'll go first in this one just to start off. I'm taking the Patriots. I haven't bet the Patriots since like week 4. I got off them boys. And I told myself I was going to leave them alone, but here I'm on them. I just see this as a game where Buffalo wins the game, fails to cover the 2 touchdown number. We already seen the Patriots beat this team once this season. I think this is a 6-7 point win for the Buffalo Bills. I just think that they're now starting to become a little overrated. Yes, they are really on a tear. We saw them smash my Cowboys in Buffalo. They are playing better football. Hats off to Buffalo. But to expect them to win by 14, in my opinion, laying 14, I think is kind of crazy. I think they win the game. I think the Patriots cover. I want the points in my pocket. Mitch, how you feeling?
The line's 14.5 now and rising, for good reason. This is a big-time revenge spot for Buffalo, and the Patriots are probably the worst team in the NFL this season. They are absolutely horrible. And, I think that what we see is Buffalo absolutely beats the brakes off of the Patriots. And you guys never hear me say that, man. But I say they're going to absolutely slaughter them. And I think this is going to be one of those games because, see, if Buffalo wins out, if they win this week, and if the Ravens beat the Dolphins today, then next week's game in Miami will be for the AFC title. It'll be for a home playoff game. It'll be for everything. So the Bills have everything to play for in this game. And this is pretty much their final home game of the season. If they win and then they lose in Miami, or if Miami wins today, this will be the Bills' final home game of the year. They love their home fans. They love their home crowd. And, man, they're going to put on a show for them in getting the revenge over it. Like I said, a horrific Patriots ego bomb team. I mean, this is when ego runs amok, is what this Patriots team is. It's like we think that no matter what we have, we could still play on the field. No, you can't. You stink. You absolutely stink. They haven't even been able to cover this year. I mean, not only do they get the shit beat out of them on a weekly basis, they don't even cover spreads. They're absolutely terrible.
Fair enough. Hot Rod, I know you got the same hate for both of these two teams that Mitch hates. That Mitch does.
Right. Because I've been burnt by both of these teams at least once this year. Buffalo twice has burnt me with these big giant spreads that they have not covered. So for me, it's the Patriots or nothing for me in this one, and I will take the Patriots and all that boatload of points, because sure, the Bills will get that win and everything will be what Mitch said next week. It'll be the same thing, still playing for it, even if they win by 7. So for me, it's I'll take the points with the Patriots. Like I said, I held my nose with the Patriots last week. We'll hold it with again this week. I think they can cover the 14.5. Just too many. Bills team, the Bills team always seems to get to that point where it's like they're ready to get that another touchdown and blow the game out of the water, and Allen throws an interception, and then they keep it close. It seems like
the Patriots have not covered on the road against they're against the AFC teams on the road. They are what you call dog shit, and they have been.
They might get an advantage because I don't think it's a blizzard in Buffalo today, and it's not the typical December 31st weather.
Yeah, but the Patriots are a blizzard team too.
But they're a blizzard team too. But exactly,
but the Patriots dog shit on the road as dogs against the AFC.
Jody, Wayne, how you feeling here?
New England plus 14. Now you're giving me the hook. I like it even more. This New England team has been a lot better since Zappy has stepped in on the offensive side. They've been playing a little defense in spots. That's what I like about them. But I hear the revenge spot for the Bills. Bills been looking good these last 3 weeks, and they're at home. But 14.5 is just too much. Like I said, it's a New England team. They can play defense. Since Zappy has stepped in, they've been looking a little better on offense. You give me 14.5 in the NFL football team, I got to ride with it.
I'll bet you guys all hats or whatever you guys want to bet on this game. This is about the easiest one on the board.
Jovan, these your boys, man. And you know I love to remind you of that.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You know, this is a good defensive team, but a bad offensive team. And, the spot alone, I mean, the number dictates that you take the Patriots, but the spot is just a bad spot for this past team. And they have some injuries on defense that's not going to bode well for them in this game, given the revenge factor and all that. They haven't been blown out. Like, outside of that Dallas game, they haven't been absolutely blown out the water like that. Even in the Miami game, they lost by 14, but they were driving the ball. You know what I mean? And then, Mac Jones and his interceptions. But I think in this one, it could get ugly, and yeah, it could get ugly, So I really don't have an opinion on it. I'm a Pats fan, but I'm just telling you right now, this could get bad, And I'm just factoring in the fact that injuries on the defensive side of the ball, and the Bills might take advantage.
For sure. Ron the Don, what you like here?
Yeah, I'm on Buffalo. Like Mitch mentioned, big revenge game after that outright upset loss earlier in the season. And, Buffalo, while the Patriots defense is strong, Buffalo's been able to move the ball on basically every defense that's played this season. They've only had one game with less than 300 yards. So some of their problems have been finishing drives and turnovers, Josh Allen, and then questionable play calling late in games, but they're still moving the ball well, and they should be able to move the ball at will in this game. And their offense is doing a better job as of late. The defense shouldn't give up much. New England, one of the worst offenses in the league, and the offensive line, one of the worst in NFL history, right, with the Giants. So I think the Bills win this one in an absolute blowout.
There you go. Eric, anything here from you?
Never lay 5, never lay 14.5. You just got to take the dog or don't play the game. Just fundamental betting system stuff. Sorry, it's not handicapping. It's just never lay 5, never lay 14.5.
Shody, next game up.
By accident, they cover backdoor. So,
Yeah.
No chance.
Let's go to Chicago, where we got the Bears laying 3 points on the Atlanta Falcons. This game makes me nervous. Let's start at the back end. Ron, what you got for me here in this one?
I'm kind of looking towards the under just because the Falcons' offense on the road has just been so abysmal this season. I mean, you look at their points for on the road, 6, 7, 13, or 16, 23, 23, but then 13, 7. This team has just not done much at all. They're scoring 14 points per game on the road, 266 yards per game on the road. They're getting sacked on over 10% of their plays, passing plays away from home. So this total's under 40 for good reason. I just don't think the Falcons do too much offensively, but the defense has obviously, been strong this year, and they're on 4 straight games of giving up less than 300 yards. So I'll go with the under.
Yeah. Javon, how you feeling here?
In this one, you know what? I'm gonna take the over. Depending on what it is, if it's because I've seen 37 and a half. I'm seeing 38, 30, 38 and a half. So depending on where it's at, I think this one squeaks over. Chicago's defense is for real, and the Falcons' defense is okay also. But I just think in this one, we're gonna see a little bit more points. If it was 40, I might consider the under. But it's just this total is just a little bit too low, a little bit too low, and I would have to take the over.
Wayne.
Man, this game to me came down to which offense could I trust more. Both these teams defensively haven't been bad, and in the spot, Chicago plays well at home. Atlanta has played horrible on the road. Not a Ritter fan. I don't like how Atlanta's been using their offense. Both of these teams, even in their loss, have been in some tight games. So give me Chicago money line here because I can't see it being a back and forth. But I think Chicago ends up pulling it off at home.
Yeah, Wayne, me and you are kind of on the same wavelength. I don't like this game, bro. I'm gonna grab the 3 with Atlanta is what I'm gonna do, but I don't love it. Here's why. Like these guys have told you, Atlanta has been terrible on the road all season, and I think this is probably the worst spot for them. This is a dome team on the road in Chicago, and it's probably going to be terrible weather late December. Like, come on, man, damn. But in that same breath that I say I hate the spot for Atlanta, I know I'm not laying 3 points with Chicago. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Chicago's not a team that I think should be favored more often than not. I think this is a 50-50 game. I think the Falcons are the better team. If this game was anywhere other than Chicago at this juncture of the season, I would have no problem taking the Atlanta Falcons. It's just a terrible, terrible spot trying to take a dome team out on the road in the elements at this time of the season. Lean Falcons, probably going to leave it alone, or maybe try to get in at a halftime with Mitch later. Mitch, how you feeling here?
Got a dome team going on the road.
Yep.
Rain and snow in the forecast in Chicago. Yep. I used to live in Chicago. I know how bad the weather gets and how miserable it is there. And this is what you call Bears weather, is what they call it. And I was actually at a Bears Falcons game on a Monday night in Chicago when I lived there. I made it to halftime of the game. It was one of those what you call beer freezer nights, and I don't, obviously I don't drink, but the thing is that my friend who brought me to the game with him put his beer down in the cup holder, and when he went to pick it up again to drink it, it was already frozen solid, and we're talking a matter of seconds. It was 20 below zero that night, and you could hear Mike Vick's head bounce off the turf at Soldier, and it was he did not want to play anymore. that night. And I think if Mike Vick can't beat the Bears, I tell you, they ain't got nothing on this roster. It's going to beat them in this weather. This is Bears weather. And you got to remember, these are closeout games. A lot of these teams playing their final home game of the season. And one thing about Chicago, man, you're a Cubs fan or you're a White Sox fan, but everybody loves the Chicago Bears, man. Everybody loves them.
Down, Chicago Bears.
Man. Everyone loves the Bears, man. I love the freaking Bears. I love going to Soldier Field. I love watching the Bears. I'm not even a Bears fan.
Hot Rod, you on the Bears?
Of course, I'm on the Bears. I've been riding the Bears for the last few weeks.
You have been. You've been a secret Bears fan this year, you know.
This year, right? There's been definitely a few spots that I've come up and I've liked the Bears, and they've come through. Just think they were this close to having a 6-game winning streak. We'd be talking about them here. They were a couple games there.
They had the Browns beat, man.
They had them beat.
They had them beat.
They had the Browns beat.
They had them beat,
and they were that close to beating Detroit too. So. We would be talking about the Bears with a 6-game winning streak. And do you really want to trust Heineke? Sure, Heineke looked good last week in Atlanta, and now he's on the road in Chicago. Nah, not trusting him. The Bears.
Shouty. It's gonna be an interesting game. That's gonna be an interesting one, especially if there is some snow. I want to see a snow game today. That'd be fun.
It is snowing. It says 32 and snow showers, and somebody in the comments says it's snowing in Chicago already.
Chicago has like that big snow. You know, it's like when I lived like in, some place where you have like that little, like it's like a sprinkling. Chicago has like those big snowflakes where it's like it goes from like no snow on the ground to like knee deep in like 10 minutes. You know, it's like everyone's car's stuck in the middle of the street. You know, it's just leave the cars there. They just leave them.
Mitch, you'll appreciate this. I was in Vegas. A client wanted to meet me in Chicago. I was wearing a T-shirt and shorts. It was 110 degrees. 110 degrees. I didn't think about it. I didn't check the weather. Got on the plane, flew over to Chicago, got off. It was minus like 2. There was like 20 inches of snow on the ground. And I had to like go. I'm running around like I'm naked. It was ridiculous.
But I will say, man, those Chicago summers are like some of the nicest 4 or 5 days that you'll ever experience, man. They're just unbelievable. They're unbelievable.
So next game up, man, let's go to Indianapolis. Those Colts.
That Colts.
That coach.
That freaking coach.
Just knew we weren't gonna win. They're laying 3.5 now. Wasn't it 4 earlier today? I think it was 4 this morning. I'm seeing it come down. I see.
Yeah, it's still 4. It's still 4.
It's still 4?
Yeah.
All right. 4 for the Colts. Laying it at the crib. Mitch, what you got for me here?
I'm taking the Raiders. I'm going to just buy into what they're selling, man. It's just like the Raiders have bought into whatever it is that Pierce is selling, and they want this guy to be the head coach, and, you know, they're playing like it. I just think that the game probably stays within the number. I don't know who wins the game, but I like the way the Raiders are playing, and I don't think that win at Kansas City was any kind of fluke, because even though the offense didn't do anything, if you could hold Patrick Mahomes, you know, down like that, you could hold pretty much anybody down, and I gotta go with the Raiders. The points.
All right.
I think the Raiders come out hot and come out to a lead in this one. They've been hot in the first half, and I think that continues. I like the Raiders in the money line in the first half. It's not my favorite game on the board because I could make a case for both sides, but I think you got to go with the Raiders. But I like the Raiders in the first half. I think they come out and they have a lead heading into the first half break. Take them on the money line. Nice
that Colts, that fucking coach. I just knew we were going to win. It's going to be the worst beat I've ever had.
Hey, Colts. Wayne, what you got here for me here?
Yeah, man, I'm on the Raiders in the points in this one. So, like what Mitch said, I think when it comes down to it, it's just going to be a close, tight games. And the Raiders, man, one thing we can bank on is these guys to play defense. Yeah, they haven't played too great on the road yet, but this defense is picking up lately. They're the number 1 defense in the last 3 games, recently holding opponents to 12 points a game. Don't trust this offense as much with McConnell taking the helms. I do like Minshew a little bit better for the Colts, but I think they can keep it close enough with getting the hook in 3.5. So give me the Raiders here.
Javon.
Yeah, Indianapolis, they're frauds. I said it once and I'm gonna say it again. You know, so just on the show.
You don't hear Javon get too bad on the team.
Nah, I mean they are. Gardner Minshew, every game he plays just gets worse, and he's been fortunate because he's had some turnover worthy plays that he's been fortunate to escape. So I'm on the Raiders.
Romanelli.
Now, I agree with Jovan, or you could say the Colts are fraudulent, but I do think the Raiders could also be in that conversation as well. I mean, when you look at their last couple of wins, they're +7 in the turnover differential, and how much is that? How much of that is skill, and how much of that is luck? It's up for debate. But this is a kind of a nightmare game because, to me, I like what the Raiders are doing, and like Mitch said, I'm buying into what they're selling, but it's also kind of the worst spot and like by a long shot. I mean, they're coming off an upset win over a division rival on the road, while the Colts are coming off a blowout loss on the road. They're coming back home in a huge game. For me, I got to go with the Colts. The situation just favors them too much, so I'll lay the points with Indy.
That freaking coach.
That coach.
It's gonna be the worst beat I ever had.
You sound like Big Al McMorty on the Wednesday show. Yeah. That's not a bad guy to sound like,
Yeah.
But no, he kind of said the same thing on the earlier show. He doesn't like taking teams the following week off of huge upset wins. Is the key there for Big Al.
Yeah, we're not getting the best of the number. I mean, we if the results of last week didn't happen, we could be catching 6, maybe 7 points with the Raiders, and
Correct.
That would be a lot more valuable in my eyes. But knowing that we're not getting the best of the number, I'd rather just take Indy.
Correct. I'm taking the Raiders here too, though, guys. I am. I'm like with the other guys. I'm buying what Pierce is selling. I was kind of bought in early there. O'Connell, I've liked O'Connell. You guys have heard me say that this year too. I made some money on these boys in the preseason. When I just look at these two teams, I just think the Raiders have the top end talent. They got a top 5 receiver, Devontae Adams, a top 5 pass rusher, Max Crosby, a top 5 back end, Josh Jacobs. On the other side, like Jovan said, I just kind of think the Colts are a little fraudulent. I think they've gotten the best out of what they've gotten out of Minshew and company, but I don't know, man. Laying 3 in a hook, I don't know. I want the points in my back pocket. Eric, any thoughts here?
Never lay 4. Always take the 4 plus the 4. That's it.
There you go. Let's keep it moving. We got the Jags and the Panthers up next. Those Panthers back-to-back covers. Can they go for 3 straight?
Hell no.
I'll start with you, Wayne. Talk about them. This team close to you, them Panthers.
Romanelli said something about
no T-Law.
Romanelli said something about one of the worst offensive line and quarterbacks when he was speaking on New England. He threw another team out there. Well, you better add Carolina with you because this is one of the worst offenses I've seen in my lifetime. And it starts with the offensive line and it ends with their quarterback. No weapons around them. Yes, they covered their last 2. And Jaguars have been sliding, but there's no way. I don't care what the spread is. And I'm taking Carolina here. They've been horrible on the road. Any kind of juice they've had has mainly been at home. Defensively, they step up in spots here and there, but offensively, they're just a team that's not to be trusted. Jaguars win this one big. I don't. Straight to it.
Oh, T-Law, you think Beathard steps in there and goes crazy?
I can be at quarterback. We're going to get this win today.
Jovan, how you feeling here?
Man, this line has been bet down to its current number, and it would have been a premium if it would have stayed at 7-6 or whatever it was. But at this number, I'll lean Carolina. I just like what they're doing on defense, on most weekends, on most Sundays. And, say what you want about Bryce Young, but he has shown some promise on the field lately. So, I just can't trust a Jaguars team, and especially their defense, that has given up yardage and given up points. So I'm on it's sad to say, I'm on the Panthers.
Romanelli.
Yeah, I'm on the Panthers too. I just think that that defense has held up really well this year, giving up less than 300 yards per game. And now the offense is starting to show a little bit of life. Not a lot, but, a little bit. And that should be enough against the Jaguars team. It's playing its worst football of the season by far. Injuries galore, you name it. This team is, it's a downslide for this team. I can't trust them laying any points even at home. So give me Carolina.
Y'all know me, man. I've been on the two bad teams I've been on, the Panthers and the Cardinals. The thing is, the Panthers, they've cashed for me back-to-back weeks. I can't jump off now, man. I can't. I already been beaten over the head all year on the Panthers. I might as well get some buyback, right? Like try to get some of it back. I'm on the Panthers today. It's kind of what Romanelli said. I just don't trust this Jags team laying points. I get what Wayne says. What he says is true. And I've as somebody who's been betting the Panthers, boy, this team at certain points this season, it's like, what the hell are y'all doing? But kind of like Jovan says, the season has progressed. Bryce Young, he's gotten a little more mobile. I feel like the game has kind of slowed down a bit. And I think that's enough for the Panthers to keep it within the number. They were outside the number against the Packers, came back covered last week. We may be looking at something similar. I'm interested to see if Mitch jumping on the Panthers with me. Are you finally joining me, Mitch?
I'm taking the Panthers. It's the lesser of two evils. Bryce Young, who absolutely sucks. And then you have Doug Peterson, who is one of the worst head coaches I've ever seen in the history of the game. This guy will coach you right out of a win, right out of a cover, more than any other coach in all the NFL. Everyone knows I'm not a believer in analytics, and this guy is like beyond analytics. Analytics is the biggest crock of shit that we've ever seen hit football, and that's why the good head coaches, the ones that win the most championships, the one that win the most Super Bowls, the most playoff games, the most big games, are not analytics guys. The guys who win the most are the guys that say, fourth down, I'm in my own territory, I'm freaking punting. Those are the guys that win, not the guys. Because as Nick Saban said, excuse me?
Should Dan Campbell have kicked the field goal?
Just going to ask that.
Absolutely. They should have kicked the extra point. They should have gone to overtime. They would have had a chance to win the game. Instead, they lost the game. And it's just, I mean, it's the arrogance. It gets in their own way. And this is why Nick Saban has, a closet full of national championship trophies. Why Bill Belichick has a room full of Super Bowl championship trophies. Because when it's 4th and 3, they fucking punt. And that is the traditional way that the game is done. The game is won. You run the ball and you play defense. You don't roll the dice on 4th and 3. When you have a chance to get points on the board, you take them. That's why they say even taking points off the board after you've kicked a field goal is generally a bad idea. You don't want to take points off the board. The goal of the game is always going to be to score the most points. And it's like, oh, well, the analytics say this. What the analytics don't say is that when you don't make it, that's basically giving the other team 3.5 points every single time. It is the same as a turnover. And if you do it in your own territory, it's even worse. And it's like, there's no making up for it. We saw Doug Peterson make the worst call of the entire season using analytics. The dumbest thing I've ever seen, from a football head coach. And if I was the owner of the team, I would have fired him on the spot. He would not have been out for the second half. It was against the Kansas City Chiefs. They were on their own side of the field. It was 4th and 3, and they went for it with the lead against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Instead, he got sacked. The Chiefs, Chris Jones, barreled through, sacked their quarterback. The Chiefs got the ball on the Jaguars' 40-yard line, and they never looked back. They took the lead right then and there, and they never looked back because you gave Patrick Mahomes the ball on your own 40-yard line with under 2 minutes left to go in the half with the lead. How stupid can you be?
I get
it. There's nothing that you could do on the offensive side. Even if you end up scoring a touchdown there or getting a field goal, there's nothing there that's worth the risk of giving Patrick Mahomes the ball on the 40-yard line of your own 40. There's nothing of value there because you've got a full 30 minutes of football left, but now you've got Patrick Mahomes with the lead, getting the ball for the second half. It's just stupidity. I mean, how arrogant are you? How full of yourself are you? And that's what we've seen from a lot of these head coaches. It's a different story if you're going for the tush push on 4th and inches from the from their 38-yard line, where your kicker is like he's kind of out of range, right? It's like that's a different story. We're talking like 4th and 5s. The Dolphins head coach, same thing. He sucks. They talk about what a genius this guy is. He is freaking terrible, man. He is god awful. This McDaniel.
How you feeling here?
Terrible.
Here, Jags, Panthers.
For me in this one, this could be one of these 6-3 games. Well, the offense is not the greatest here. So for me, I'm going to take the under. I know it opened at 39. It's down to 37.5. This could be 17-14, 31 points at best. And that's pushing it. Both these offenses can score these points. You look at the Jags on offense the last couple of weeks, and they've struggled. 12 points, 7 points. And sure, it's been against good defenses, and we know this Carolina defense is stout. So I like the under here, 37.5. Not a lot of points in this game. We need Carolina plus the points as well. But give me the under.
Good luck, fellas. everybody on Carolina. Good luck, fellas.
You know, I kind of get what Mitch is saying. Part of me felt like Dan Campbell, after like the second one last night, should have just kicked the field goal and took it to OT. I felt like his arrogance that I'm going to win this game here late is it kind of just.
You have Jared fucking Goff, man. I don't care like what you think, you know, whatever. You have Jared Goff. You're not at the half-yard line. You didn't get the penalties to go in your favor, so you're on the half-yard line to punch it in with the running back or anything like that. No. You're putting Jared Goff, the whole game, in his hands for one play. What the fuck you thinking, man?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. Who do you think you are, man? This is why you got fired in Miami. This is why you got fired. Because
I kind of felt like the arrogance kind of got to him there. And I just there.
Yeah. I mean, he had the Miami job. He was fired.
Let's keep it moving, man. Good day of sports, good day of NFL action. Next game up, we got the Texans and the Titans. An interesting game we got here. Texans laying 4 points at the crib. I'll go first here. I like the Texans. This is another coach I'm buying what he's selling. DeMeco Ryans, man. Remember, the Texans were the worst team in the NFL last year. Now they can make the postseason. I think they are head and shoulders the better football team. They're getting their guy CJ Stroud back today. I think that is a morale booster. I see the Texans winning this game by like six points, a touchdown, maybe even double digits. I do. I think the Titans. I think it's time to stick a fork in them. We're gonna get the value, or not the value, but the Titans will be back next year. This is just a bad season for them. I think this is the time to stick a fork in them. Give me Houston. Keep it rolling. Bounce back at the crib. Mitch, how you feeling?
I'm going to go with the Texans. I don't love this game. This is not really on my board, but I think you know, the problem here is that hook on the line, but the other problem is then you're stuck with the Titans. Texans, I think they still have a shot to make the playoffs. So
the who? The Texans do. The Titans don't.
Yeah, the Texans do.
Yeah.
So I expect them to play like it, especially at home. Like I said, a lot of these games, last home game of the season.
Right.
I'm going the other way. I'm going to take Tennessee plus the points. That hook, I think, looms large. I think this is a 3-point game anyway. You slice it. Tennessee's won 4 straight coming into Houston, so they like to come play here. And we see Tennessee's not going to give up. They might not be in the playoffs, but you know they'll come to play. They love to play spoiler here in this spot. But, you know, I'm going to take Tennessee on the money line. I think they outright Houston here.
Outright. Okay.
I think they come in and get themselves a win, and that streak continues. They win 5 straight in Houston. I think with CJ Stroud coming back, I know the team will get up and everything, but we've seen when some guy comes in, it's kind of what happened with the Colts last week. Jonathan Taylor came back and the Colts lost, and this will be his second week back. So I'm gonna go with give me Tennessee on the money line outright.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, this is one of the best comments I've seen. That's a good one. Wayne, how you feeling here?
Man, I'm with riding a little bit of what Mitch said. I'm going with Tennessee, and it's really just the number. We're getting the hook with a Tennessee team. hasn't played well on the road, but they actually look better than what the Texans have been looking recently. Texans is just somebody I can't trust on defense, and getting Stroud back is good, but it's his first game back, so he still has to get his game under his feet. You can say the same thing about the Titans, though. Titans got Tannehill back, although a lot of people may not feel like Tannehill's a resourceful quarterback. He knows the offense. He's been there a long time. Will Levis, they did knock him back down for Tannehill, so if they want to give Tannehill this streams, I think he can get the cover on the road here. He's done this many a times before with Tennessee Titans. So Henry, all these guys get rolling. Give me Tennessee Titans here.
Javon.
No, I'm not putting my money on Tannehill. Absolutely not. I can't do it. You know, they had a chance to get the job done last week, and Tannehill did what Tannehill does. You know, so in this situation, I know the hook, and I might get killed by the hook or whatever, but I don't care. I'm on the Texans in this one.
Houston in Houston for Jovan. I'm with him. Romanelli, how you feeling here?
Yeah, I'm going Houston. Can't trust the Titans on the road. Houston actually playing for something. Not my favorite game, but I'll lean towards Houston.
Let's talk about the game of the day, man. I know that's what a lot of people want to talk about. Let's talk about the game of the day. 12 o'clock start time. We're in Baltimore with it. Ravens laying 3 and a hook. Currently, that's what I see. If you guys see anything else, let me know. But I think 3s might be out there too, depending if you can get it. I think 3s are out there. Ravens, Dolphins. Let's go to the 2 biggest Dolphins fans I know. Let's start with the one that I know is more fandom than the other. Right.
for me in this one, what we've seen so far from the Dolphins, sure they have some injuries on offense, but that defense has definitely stepped up, and they have just keep improving week after week after week. And I think that's what steps up here is the Dolphins defense. We know the Baltimore defense. We've seen what they did at the 49ers. 46.5 points. I don't see this as a shootout game. I like the under 46.5. We know I'm leaning for the Dolphins to win this game. Definitely cheering as a fandom there. We know I love the Dolphins. But I like the under as the play here. I think 46.5 is too many points. I think this is going to be one of those hard-hitting, slobber-knocker type games. And just like what we should have seen last week was that under in the 49ers of Baltimore, except for those couple picks. Barring any of those crazy wild plays in this one, we get an under.
Mitch.
These teams played last year, and Miami absolutely roasted the Ravens through the air. It was in Baltimore. They just absolutely just toasted them. I don't know what's going to change here. I know that Waddle's not playing, but the Dolphins have plenty of other wide receivers on this team, and obviously, not quite the speed of Waddle, but they got other guys that can more than make it up for them. I don't see how the Ravens even get a whiff in this one. I expect this one to be probably a good-sized Dolphin win by 10 or better.
So looking at some alternate lines, I'm sure you are.
I mean, they did 2 at the roof for almost 500 yards against them last year.
Yeah,
and
I'm joining you and Rod on the Dolphins in this week. I just think it's a overreaction to last week's game against the Niners. Hell of a game from the Ravens last week. I'm not taking nothing from them, but I've seen the Ravens do that to NFC opponents before. NFC opponents, when you see Lamar Jackson for the first time, is one of the hardest people to game plan for. It just is what it is. And Ravens punched them in the mouth last week. This week, the Dolphins, like they said, they played them tough last year. The Dolphins, AFC team, they're equipped to play these type games. I think they'll be just fine here. I do. I think this is a black and blue game. I think this is a 50-50 game. I think this game is going to come down to the wire. And in those style games, you know what I say. I'd rather, A, have the points in my back pocket or attack the plus money. So that's what I'm on. Fins up for me today. I got to fade Lamar Jackson and company. Wayne, any thoughts here?
Yeah, man, you guys pretty much said it. Dolphins with the points and the hooks in this one. This Ravens team is coming through a gauntlet, man. They've been playing against some tough teams. It's only a matter of time before you, if you got a win streak, 4 or 5 games, and you're playing against slouch teams, okay, you can come in a lot healthy. But when you're playing against the stout competitions, man, it's only a matter of time before you're getting beat up and it gets caught up with you. And I just feel like this Miami team has playing well on the road. And like Mitch said, they can come out here and pass the ball on this Baltimore team. That's one of their weaknesses and one thing they've been susceptible to. The numbers don't really always show it, but on the weeks where they struggle, it's because of their pass defense. And we know Miami can throw that ball down the field. You give me 3.5 with them, I'm with you guys. Give me Miami here.
Javon.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be one of those one of those games where both teams march from 20 to 20 and then stall. This is gonna be a field goal game, and the one thing about Miami is I just can't trust Tua, in the big spots, So I think that like I said, I like the under in this one to be sure, but I think that Miami's going to lose this game, whether they lose it by 3 points or whatever, or more than that, I don't know. But I just think this is going to be a situation where they lose this week, the Bills win this week, and then next week they're playing for the AFC East. That's how I think this is going to happen.
There you go. Romanelli, what you like here?
I'm going to go Dolphins plus the points. I just think their offense is too elite, and Ravens on a short week could be a letdown spot for both teams. I mean, Dolphins coming off a nice win against the Cowboys, Ravens the Christmas Day win against the Niners, big blowout win and as the big dog. So I just think the short week does matter in a game like this. Should be a back and forth game. Wouldn't be surprised to see a similar game to last year. That was super exciting and fun to watch. But I like Miami here.
Dolphins. Did we all sweep on Dolphins? Anybody take Ravens?
Nope. I think Jovan took the Ravens.
No, I took the under, but I just gave my little tidbit about my little 2 cents about what's going to happen.
Patriots fan.
Fight for the NFC East next week against each other. Winner takes home the AFC East.
Shouting. Let's keep it rolling. Next up, we got the Rams laying 6.5 on the Giants. I'm taking the Giants. When I told people at the beginning of the season that the Rams were not going to be the worst team in the NFL, like many people thought, they laughed at me. But now I just think they're overvalued. They're a middle-of-the-pack team who went from being one of the worst teams in the NFL to now I just think being overvalued. The Rams should not be laying 6.5 on anybody on the road. That's just my story. I'm sticking to it. The Giants, they've been all right against the number recently. Last week, they got cheated in Philly. The Dirty Tricks Committee was out like they always are in Philly. The Giants should have had at least a chance to tie that game because there was some PIs and all that going on at the end of that game. I want the points in my back pocket with the Giants at the crib. I can't lay this type of number with the Rams on the road, even though they have been playing well. They're just not that type team for me. Mitch.
I love the Rams in this one. The Giants are just absolutely terrible. If you could lose 24-6 to the New Orleans Saints, you could lose 54-6 against the Rams. The Rams are playing some of the best football in the NFL right now, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Most of those against bad teams, but the thing is, those bad teams, the Giants are a bad team too. And Tyrod Taylor certainly doesn't scare anybody. I mean, this guy is a journeyman of journeymen. He's never put together 2 good games in a row in his entire career. So the fact that you would do it against Aaron Donald and the Los Angeles Rams, who are running the football surprisingly very, very well right now, really underestimated as to how well they're actually running the football and playing defense, and then hitting these receivers, which simply do not drop passes. And I think that's the difference, is that, they make Stafford look good. They have a quarterback with a rifle arm, and these guys don't drop the ball, man. And it's against a team that makes a lot of mistakes. I like the Rams big. I think the Rams and the Bucks are the 2 teams to watch out for. They make it to the playoffs. They're going to beat somebody.
No, they're not.
Okay.
They're going to get in and lose. And the reason I say that is because the Bucks, they're going to get in and play my boys and get stomped at the crib like last year, when they had Brady. But,
Brady was terrible last year.
Yeah, I love Baker, but he's still not even Brady last year.
That's the defense for the Bucks that's getting it done.
I ain't worried about it. Rod, what you like here?
I like the Rams. We could be talking about the Rams here with a 6-game winning streak if they won the coin flip in that overtime game versus the Ravens. But they didn't. The Ravens got it, and they drove down and scored the touchdown. That was the only difference. Otherwise, we'd be talking about the Rams with a 6-game winning streak on our hands here. They're playing the better football. No chance I'm going to lay anything with the Giants. And if you give me 6, that's not enough. That's definitely not enough against this Rams team. That is the better team. Give me the Rams. I think they win by 2 touchdowns plus. They're going to be an ugly game.
Wayne.
Man, this is a tough one. Forced to give out a lean here, man. I'm on the under, man. New York struggling to score. Yeah, they have a few games where they can get in the 20s, but for the most part, they struggle to score. And one thing they do is they play defense at home, only giving up 18 points per game. Rams coming out here, as you said, they've been rolling against the bad teams, but at home, I think the Giants can put up a fight at home in this one. I like the under 43 in this one.
Jovan.
Yeah, I think the Giants do put up a fight, at least in the first half. So I'm going to take them on the money line in the first half. This is just a situation where I think that, the Giants with Tyrod Taylor in the center, as opposed to DeVito or even, Danny Dimes Jones or whatever they want to call him out there in the tri-state area. I just think that, he brings a stability, that those other 2 quarterbacks don't. And, we saw against the Bills when he played weeks ago. He did the job. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be one of those situations. So at the second half, they'll regress the defense and give up a bunch of yardage and points, and who knows what's going to happen. But I think in the first half you could take them on the money line. They'll be up.
Romanelli.
Yeah, I'm going Rams. I just think the Giants I think they're the worst team in the league, honestly. And you mentioned how they got cheated against the Eagles, but I think the Eagles should have won that game about 75 points. They shot themselves in the foot over and over in that game, and the pick six. And I just think the Giants on both sides of the ball just really bad. I mean, I talk about the offensive line being one of the worst in NFL history, and it sounds like hyperbole, but this team's gotten sacked on 17% of their passing plays this year, and it's just, it was only 1 sack last week, but against Donald and company, oh boy, I just think the Rams. This is a good number here, laying less than a touchdown. Puka Nacua is playing; he's expected to play. Got to go with the Rams.
Shorty. Let's keep it moving. Next up, talk about them Eagles, man. They're at the crib laying 13 on those Cardinals. I'll come right back to you, Robinelli. You said they should have won by 75 last week. They're laying double digits here. You laying it?
Yeah, they're going to win by 85 this week. Yeah, I like the Eagles. They dominated the Giants, 465 to 292 yard-wise, 28 to 14 first down. So they doubled them up, and that's with garbage time the Giants had, or whatever you want to call it, when they were trying to make their comeback. But Philadelphia, they haven't been great in the favorite role here and there, and they haven't been playing great football in general. They're 1-3 straight up, but this is a good spot against. If the Giants aren't the worst team in the league, this is the Cardinals. The defense is really suffering. The offense with Murray just doesn't look comfortable, and his weapons aren't there. They just look out of sync offensively. And, if you can't compete against the Bears now in Philadelphia against a fired up Eagles team that has their chance to win the division, I got to go with Philly. Big.
Jovan.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Cardinals in this one. I just don't like what I'm seeing from the Eagles on both sides of the ball. The defense, the pass defense specifically, they just been getting roasted every week. And I don't see that stopping, with Kyler Murray under center and his ability to, extend plays. And, on offense, yeah, I just don't like the interceptions, that the inexplicable interception and not checking down the ball, not staying locked in on your first option. He's not progressing, to this number 2 and number 3 option. He's just throwing the ball up and hoping that AJ Brown gets the ball, and I don't think that makes for a good offense. So there's something broken with the Eagles, and I just want to strength for that. I think that the Arizona Cardinals is the play.
Wayne.
Yeah, I'm on the Eagles in this one, man. Cardinals just been horrible on the road. Not only have they been horrible on the road, they've been horrible. ATS on the road is also 1-6-1. Some of the things that the Eagles, I just feel like it's a great bounce back game. Some of the things that the Cardinals can't do a lot of things well, and that's what the Eagles do well on their side. As far as Cardinals, they don't protect the quarterback a lot, and the Eagles, they get a lot of sacks. Cardinals, they can't hurt the Eagles where they suck at, which is their pass, and Cardinals are horrible at passing the ball, so it's just really no angle for me to take him. The Cardinals, even with getting 12 and a half points in this one, get back game for the Eagles. The Eagles come out here and blow them out.
I'm taking the Cardinals. The Cardinals have played the NFC East tough. Beat my boys, played the Giants tough. And then they play the Commanders tough. I think they play the Eagles tough. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I bet the Cardinals damn near every week this year, though. And I just feel like they're a competitive team. They are. Like I've never been mad at them. Like, damn, why did I bet the Cardinals? Because they just didn't come out to play today. Like I feel like they do come out to play. They're just lacking in talent. And the Eagles are the better team, and the thing that kept me off this game was the news of Kyler Murray. I still see questionable. Is he in for sure? Do y'all? Anybody know? So that's what I'm saying. Like I want to take the Cardinals here. I want to be on the Cardinals. I need to know if Kyler's 100% in though. I'm still seeing questionable even right now. So
he's in line to play.
Okay.
I'm shifter.
All right. Cool. Give me the Cardinals plus the points. Mitch.
Cardinals for me. Cardinals have covered 10 in a row against the NFC East, not just those 3 or 4 games that you mentioned.
Yep.
They just absolutely play up against these NFC East teams. I don't like the way the Eagles are finishing the year. I understand they played a really tough schedule in there, but I think what we saw last week is this team just looked totally worn down after playing that schedule. And like I've said all season long, I think, in the day and age where every rule is supposed to protect the quarterback from getting hitting him with your 350-pound lineman play game after game with your own guys like that can't be good for his health, man. And he looks like a guy who's getting hit by his own players as hard as they could possibly hit. And they're hitting this guy, pushing him into basically a brick wall time and time and time again. And what we're starting to see is Jalen Hurts wear down from getting hit and hit and hit. It's like talk about like getting, quarterbacks getting hit in the pocket and all these things. But it's like you have your own players hitting him from both sides on a constant basis. And then on the other side of the equation, the other team doing everything they can to push the other direction. Basically, your quarterback's getting sandwiched 5 or 6 times a game, if not more, aside from the other times where he's getting hit when he's trying to run and do all these other things. It's like there's not a quarterback in the NFL or a player in the NFL that can hold up to that. And I think what we're seeing is Jalen Hurts just absolutely wear down.
Right. Mute it.
Case of way too many points here. And the Eagles at home have not been good. They got 1 win in the last 4 games. And covering a 12-point spread? No, not in the NFL. Not here. Give me the Cardinals plus the points. It's just way too many. I think
2 games left.
Win this game by a touchdown.
2 games left in the 1:00 window. We got a division battle, NFC South. This is a really important game for both of these 2 teams. They're both trying to win the division, get in. We got the Bucks laying 2.5 at the crib on the Saints. Mitch.
Well, the Saints have 1 win all season against a team with a winning record. All their wins have been against teams with losing records. The only win that they have against a team with a winning record was the game at Indy, the 38-27, which was a turnover fest type game. So unless you're banking on the Saints getting a lot of turnovers in this game, the odds of them beating a team with a winning record is about less than 10% chance of them getting it done.
The Bucks,
so now,
the Bucks only have 1 too, though. Jaguars. And that's, a different Jaguars team than before. They beat the Vikings, Bears, Saints, Titans, Panthers, Falcons, Packers, Jaguars. So it's
Packers have a winning record, don't they?
No, they lose. No, 7 and 8.
I would still take the level of competition that the Bucks have beaten over the Panthers and Giants and everybody else that the Saints have beaten any day of the week. I'm going to guess you add up the records of the teams that the Bucks have beat and the records of the teams that the Saints have beat, and you probably get twice as many wins on the Bucks side.
The thing
Bucks are
is,
just playing
the NFC South, so they're playing the exact same schedule.
Well, no, they're not. But the thing is the wins. You know who the wins are coming against. They're not playing the exact same schedule. It's a close schedule. But the thing is that what we've seen from the Bucks is that, I mean, this is the team that's at least has shown the ability to win. The Saints are just look terrible, man. They look really, really bad. And it's like, you want to talk about worn down. This team looks absolutely worn down. And it's like they throw it to one guy every single time. And it's just a matter of covering him. And I think you have a better defensive coach here with the Bucks. And I think Allen could be in that conversation with Doug Peterson as really one of the worst coaches out there. I think he's bad for a different set of reasons. But the Saints they don't have anything. They have nothing. I don't see they have nothing. Again.
And the Saints defense just keeps getting gassed. Sure, the Saints defense early on in the season, we're holding teams and trying to keep them in games, but that can only take it so far when your offense can't win you a game and the defense can take a game off. And the Saints on the road, 4 straight losses. Yuck! No chance. Give me the Bucks here. They're the trending team and getting hotter as the weeks go by. Give me the Bucks.
Saints are done.
They look
done.
Close. Yeah,
done.
Yeah.
Wayne.
Yeah, I'm with these guys with the Bucks, and mainly just a home field advantage, man. These teams always play each other tough. I promise you, if the Saints was at home, I'll be taking the Saints in this one. Just the home field advantage means that much in the type game like this. Trusting Baker Mayfield, he's playing a better ball over Derek Carr. I do not like neither one of these quarterbacks, so I do look at the recent ball these guys have been playing, and Baker Mayfield is playing good. Both of these defenses are about the same in my books. On paper, Saints have been playing better defense as far as opponents of yards, but this Bucks team, they give up a lot of yards, but they bend but don't break. They cause turnovers in the right section, and they force you into field goals in times where you can possibly score against other teams. So give me the Tampa Bay in this one.
Javon.
Yeah, I'm on over in this one. I just think that there's going to be points scored. You know, last game was an under game in New Orleans, and you know, with both teams needing it, I think we might see some costly mistakes. I think we might see some pick sixes by both quarterbacks in this one. I know Baker Mayfield has played well, and he should play well in this one. But this style of play does lend to some turnover worthy plays, and on the same side, you could say the same thing about Derek Carr. You know what I mean? So I think we see at least one defensive score out of either one of these teams, and that's gonna push this one over the total.
Romanelli?
Yeah, I agree with Jovan completely. I think we're going to see some turnovers. I think they're going to be interceptions. I think we're going to see both teams pass the ball a lot more because the run games just haven't been there. We know Tampa Bay, they haven't been able to run the football in years now, but New Orleans, as of late, 3 games in a row with less than 100 rushing yards. So I think both quarterbacks, a lot of passing attempts, and I think also Baker Mayfield, a lot of contract incentives that are going to make it more desirable for him to throw the ball. If he's in the top 10 in passing yards and passing attempts, I believe there's a few passing categories that it makes sense for him to throw the ball more. He'll be making a couple like 300,000 per statistic if he's in the top 10. So I think we see a high scoring game, a lot of passing of football, maybe some pick sixes, some turnovers on their own side of the field. Give me the over.
And I'm going to take the Bucks as well. The Saints on the road. No, sir. They've been terrible out there all year. Wayne said it. If this game was in a Superdome where the Saints got their superpowers, I would look in their direction. On the road, nah. Tampa. And here's the other thing. We have a team that's been a money-making machine versus a team that's one of the worst ATS teams in the NFL. It's really not that complicated to me. The Bucks have shown us against the number 2. They've respected coin. The Saints, they have not. Give me the Bucks at the crib. What's this comment say? Jay Briggs, thank you. 21 leg, 3 tickets. I don't know what that means, but you're welcome.
I have no idea.
Let's keep it moving. Last 12 o'clock game, and then we're into the 3 o'clock window. There's only 3 games in the 3 o'clock window, and then the night game. No Monday nighter. All right, we got the Commanders and the Niners. Niners got smashed last week. Now they on the road in Washington. This is not one of my favorite games today, guys. I promise you it's not. I'm probably leaving this game alone. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Niners came back, bounced back, and smashed the Commanders, but laying 14 points on the road in a non-motivation spot just doesn't seem logical to me. So I am going to lean towards the Washington Commanders. The Commanders always love playing spoiler or playing really tough at the end of seasons. Like, it's just what they do. They're going to give me 14 points in my back pocket with the home team. I'm going to take it. Give me Washington. Mitch?
I'm on the Niners in this one. I don't see it for the Commanders. I could see the 49ers defense scoring a couple times in this game. I think the 49ers defense probably outscores the Commanders offense. I just don't think this Commanders team has quit out on the field. And I understand that, we've seen some effort from them at some spots, but they got way too many holes in this one. And Chase Young's return to play against the Commanders, good. Bad. It's like, there's not one thing you don't want to do is tell a guy like that can rush the passer like that he's not worth the money and worth holding on to. I mean, because now he's going to come back. He's going to show him that he's worth it and all that other stuff. He probably scores a touchdown also.
I could actually see that happening.
Yep.
Rod?
Yeah, this is going to be a blowout. How many times have Washington covered all season at home? Nothing. Goose egg. And all of a sudden you expected to cover here against the 49ers, who are, as I would say, are going to be mad. They got whooped last week. Bounce back spot here for the 49ers. I think they win by 21 plus. Lay a big, massive extended line.
Blank.
Don't love this game at all, but I'm gonna roll with the Commanders in a boatload of points in this one. If you look, Jacoby Brissett has covered both games that he started. No, I'm not banking all on Jacoby Brissett, but these guys are at home and they're covering team. Only 4-11 on the season as far as straight up, but 6-8-1 on the season ATS. 49ers 8-7, so slightly over 500. They play well all season, but they do not cover in games. And typically they're giving up a lot of points like this. And I just think it's one of the times where those a lot of points catches up with them. So give me Commanders in the 14 in this one.
Javon?
Yeah, the Commanders is just one of those teams where they get boat raced early and then, they just try to come back. And a lot of times they have come back, case in point last week, so I just think it's a situation where, and, you got to look at it like this. The 49ers pass D hasn't really looked spectacular. And, we already know what the Commanders are going to do under Jacoby Brissett. He's going to sling the ball all over the field. So I could only take the points in this one. They could be down big at half or whatever, but I think that on the back door will be wide open.
Romanelli?
I gotta go Niners or pass. Just a horrible game, honestly. I'll be staying away from it, but I just think the Niners are too much, especially off the loss.
For sure. Now we're into the 3 o'clock window. We got a good game here. Hey, I'm interested in this game. We got the Steelers and the Seahawks. Romanelli, I'm gonna come back to you. What you think? What you like here?
Yeah, I've been a pretty big opponent of the Steelers this year. Even when they were playing their best football this season, didn't see it. I thought they were quite overvalued, overrated. When you look at the yards per game offensively, the yards against, I thought that the defense was really overrated. And I still think that, nice win last week, but this is a really tough place to play. Seattle, we know for years, has been with the 12th man and one of the toughest places in the NFL to play. They're on a 2-game win streak. That includes a win over the Eagles. Their defense has really stepped it up. Their offense hasn't been so strong recently, especially on the ground. They're not running the football as well, but The defense has stepped it up. We saw 6 sacks last week against a Steelers offense that I still don't trust completely. I think that could be a problem. Give me the Seahawks here. I'll lay the points.
Jovan.
Yeah, I like the over in this game. You know, both of these teams need the game. You know, as far as playoff implications. They're both trying to get into the playoffs, so that usually leads to a defensive struggle. But I see chinks in both these teams' armor defensively, and I expect that both of these teams could get to at least 20 points. So just by default, I'll take the over.
Wayne.
Yeah, Seahawks in this one for me. Seahawks playing good at home. Pittsburgh horrible on the road. Pittsburgh been struggling all season on both sides, offensively and defensively, but especially offensively here. I do like what I've been seeing out of Seattle, playing tough. And one thing about it is Steelers have lost to some bad teams as of lately. Yeah, they got that win last week over the Bengals, but them losses weeks before that, it just didn't look good, and I don't like them here on the road against a Seahawks team who steps up. They steps up. Pete Carroll, he steps up in these games. He's gonna have them boys ready, and I like the Seahawks with the spread in this one.
Hot Rod.
And for me in this one, I like the defenses to come and shine. Last time we seen these two, it was a 23-20. I don't think we get that high of scoring. I think it's even lower. I think both teams get some drives and run the ball, chew some clock, but that equates to field goals. So a game that's more inside the 20. Place to be loud in Seattle as well. Big game for both these teams. So I like the under. Slobber knocker.
Mitch.
I like the Steelers plus the points here against. I think it's just too many points. I think Seattle. I think it's a coin flip game. But I'll take the points with the Steelers. I don't love this game, that's for sure. I think this is one of those ones that I could see it going either way.
Y'all guys have heard me say this, man, a ton, and I'm going to continue to say it. Mike T, Coach Tomlin, has never had a losing season in the NFL. Never done it. He's been a coach for how long? He's never had a losing season. It's in jeopardy. It's in jeopardy. They got Seattle this week, and they got Baltimore next week. If they lose both, they have a losing season. So that means they got to get one of these done. Which one seems like the more logical place? This one. I think they go balls to the wall, man, and get this done. I really do. I just think late season, I know what I'm getting from Pittsburgh. Great defense, great coaching, ball control, stop football, running the football. I think they'll do it effectively. And I think if they do those things, they'll keep this game within the number and have a legitimate shot to win it outright. If they're going to give me 3 and a hook in my back pocket, I'm going to take it. But I'm also on the money line. I'm taking the Steelers in this one. See if they can get it done. Keep it alive for Coach T. Next game up, we're going to go to Kansas City, where the Chiefs are now laying 7 on Cincinnati. Man, the Chiefs have lost 3 straight home games. That don't even sound right. It doesn't even sound right. They've lost 3 straight home games. Today's the day, man. They're about to smash the Bengals. They're going to smash them. I've been saying that down the stretch, and they haven't done it. So, but I think today is the day it just comes together. Jake Browning, Jake Shiesty, he's filled in for the original Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty, Joe Brr, but he's not him. And we've only seen one man really be able to just dethrone Kansas City when it matters most, and that is Joe Burrow. I just see this as a spot where Kansas City kind of takes some of its frustration out on the Bengals that they've endured over the last few seasons. This is just how I see this game at home, at the crib, bounce back, dominant performance for the Chiefs. I'm laying the wood. Mitch.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bengals in this one. This is easy money. The Chiefs have just lost their way. They don't have anyone that can catch the football. And I think that that's a problem. If you can't catch the football and you're a throwing team, well, you're not going to have a lot of success. Jamar Chase should be back for this one as well for the Bengals. Bengals have played the Chiefs extremely tough the last 3 years in a row. And I don't see the Bengals laying down here one bit. They've gone into Arrowhead and busted up the Chiefs a few times already. Last year, you have to remember that the Chiefs beat the Bengals because a late hit out of bounds put the Chiefs in field goal range in the AFC Championship game. Without that late hit, the Chiefs were out of field goal range and the game's headed to overtime. So expect the Bengals to come back with purpose in this one. I think they bust up the Chiefs something fierce in this one. And I think it's time for the Chiefs to just go away. And I think Travis Kelce is a joke.
Right.
I like the over here. Both these teams definitely can put up the points. Not a lot of defense going to be played here in this one. I know in that AFC Championship game, we've seen some defense and it was 23-20. But if you look at the games before that, we've seen 51 points, 65 points, 55 points, 57 points. Not a lot of defense played in this one today as well. I like the over as the play here.
Wayne.
Yeah, I'm with Ryan on this one. I was looking at the over in this one. It's been funny. Chiefs been opposite of what they normally have. We normally know this team for a lot of offense and no defense, but they've been playing defense here recently. We just can't get the scoring going. I think they do get the scoring going against a team like Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals been giving up a plethora of points, whether it's been bad teams or good teams. I do feel like the Chiefs get it back going on offense. And Bengals have been rolling on offense. They just have a defense that's been giving up plenty of points. So I definitely see the points in this one going over the total in this one.
Javon.
Yeah, this is a tough one, mainly because, with KC playing so bad, the signs are pointing to Cincinnati, but Cincinnati's just a bad defensive team. And Jake Browning, the regression, showed last week. And I want to be on Kansas City, under a touchdown. I'm going against trends, a whole bunch of trends as far as that goes, because, in this spot and anything over three, it's like, anything over three with the KC Chiefs, it's like you gotta fade them. But I think they're gonna come alive on the offensive end just a little bit and cover the spread, win this 1-7.
Manelli.
I'm going Bengals. I can't trust KC against the spread. Can't really trust them straight up either. Just been a disaster. And like Mitch said, nobody can catch the football over there. It's just the worst receiving group that Mahomes has had by far. It's not even close. Decision-making wise, obviously the drop passes and, the offense has been the problem. The defense has been fine. The offense has just been the issue. And I can't lay this many points against a fired up, Cincinnati team. This is a rivalry game. It's, because of the last few years, it's a rivalry game. So I'll take the points.
All righty. 2 games to go in the NFL. Don't move to the NBA. We got Chargers, Broncos. Romanelli, I'm coming back to you.
Yeah, this is what a game. Too bad Russ is not playing. It'd be fun to watch him cook, but I'll lean towards Denver, but just no way my money's going anywhere near this game. I think it'll be interesting to see, though, if the move away from Russ is an upgrade, at quarterback, or if he was giving them the best chance, because it's been the last couple of years now. The offense has not been what the Broncos intended it to be. The offensive line, I think, is the problem, and the inconsistent run game. But we'll see. This is, it's going to be an interesting one, but not a game I'm betting on. I'd lean towards Denver.
Yeah, it's a damn shame what Peyton has done to and really the Broncos organization has done to Russell Wilson. That being said, there's a lot more problems than Russell Wilson on this team, and we're gonna see that as the Chargers march up and down the field. Defensively, they can't get it done. You know what I mean? So I think that Jared Stidham's not the answer. He's definitely not the answer. And I could only go to the Chargers. I can only look to the Chargers in this spot. So that's where I'm going. Chargers.
Wayne.
I absolutely hate this game. I'm a root for Owen. I have nothing for this. Like Romanelli said, if my man Russell Wilson was still at the gates, I can look Denver's way a little bit. But with them taking, I don't know how they're gonna play. I know they've been playing sorry with them. So we can take a quarterback like Russell Wilson. He's been playing pretty well this season. We take him out of this offense, and they've already been struggling with somebody like that. I have no choice but to watch and see what happens. Maybe Peyton has something up his sleeve, but I can't bet on this game or give you guys no leads, no type of way.
I got one for y'all, and it's Broncos, 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 Broncos. It's simple. It's easy. It's not even hard to understand. This is one of the most overreaction games of the week. Let me give y'all the spiel on Russell Wilson in case you guys don't know, because everybody acting like, oh, poor Russ. I feel so sorry for Russ. Oh, my God, Russ. Russ is not good. I've been telling you guys this for multiple seasons. The Broncos' first mistake was signing him to that big-ass contract. That was mistake number one. And one thing I want you guys to know is once you make a mistake, don't keep making the same goddamn mistake. Get out of it. Even no matter how bad it is, get out of it. If it's a mistake, it's a mistake. And the mistake was paying Russell Wilson all that money. So the reason they're benching Russell Wilson is very simple. They owe him what? Let's just round up. They owe Russell Wilson $40 million for this season. $40 million. Has he played like a $40 million quarterback to any of you guys? No. The problem is if Russell Wilson goes out here, turns his ankle, breaks an elbow, tears his ACL, they owe him 40 this year and next year.
They owe him the 40 next year anyway.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they
yes,
don't.
They do. Oh, yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Oh,
no,
yes, they do.
no,
Yes, they do.
Don't. I'm telling you, no, they do not. No,
I'm
they
telling
do not.
you, yes, they do.
I'm telling you, no, they do not. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. They can pass that 40 million on to somebody else. If he were to get hurt in these last two games that in the grand scheme of things probably mean nothing, they would have to pay him 40 million for next year as well. So why do that when Stidham ain't terrible? Stidham gonna come out here and play a similar game that Russ was gonna play.
Russell Wilson, if he doesn't play next year, it's a $35.4 million cap hit, regardless, one way or whether he's on this roster or whether he isn't. Yes, it is. It is. I'm looking at it right now.
They just don't want to pay for the extra year in case of injury.
Correct.
In case of injury, they just don't want to pay for that second year.
Correct.
But they're not. The Broncos are not out of this contract until 2026. He's guaranteed $37 million in 2025 of guaranteed money that they got to pay him. Same thing of the $17 million next year. They can't get out until 2026. Right. So he's all guaranteed, Jay. He's not like he is.
Mitch, I'm trying to. You can tell me all you want. I'm telling you, you're wrong. I know I'm right.
Based on what?
I know I'm right on this.
Based on what? I'm looking at it right here in front of me. The contract.
They're sitting him. I know. I went and did it all. The research.
I have it right in front of me. The contract details. I can tell you all of them.
And I'm telling you, you're wrong. I'm telling you, you're wrong.
Based on what? Show me where that you see that it's not.
I'm not gonna sit here and pull it up on the live, but I will pull it up for you later.
I can tell you, $10 million of it is signing bonus. You can't take that back, man. And then there's all this other stuff. Believe me.
And some of what you're saying is correct, but all of the money is not guaranteed.
They can't get out until 2026. Up until 2026, it's guaranteed.
Not the NBA.
At 2026,
the NFL fights every day for guaranteed contracts. This is not
right, and it's guaranteed through 2025.
Is not the NBA, where every dollar is fully guaranteed, accounted for. This is
up until 2025. He's fully guaranteed. Out of a
lot of this money with Russell Wilson, and that's
only after 2026 and beyond.
Wrong.
Up until 2025, he's guaranteed the money. His out year is 2026, 4 years, 161 million.
Wrong.
In 2026. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
You are wrong. But anyway,
I'm not.
I'm taking the Broncos here.
I can show you it. I can show you.
I'll show you here soon. I don't have the information right here readily available.
Look at what Russell Wilson is doing to us.
$161 million of his contract is guaranteed money. Is guaranteed money.
I'm not.
There's not. It's not really an argument. There's $161 million.
I'm just trying to explain to you how it works.
I'm explaining to you how it works. It's $161 million of his contract. Here, I'll put the link right here in the comments. You guys can see the contract. It's $161 million is guaranteed.
This is not the NBA.
Right. I know
but
this is this specific contract.
And I'm trying to tell you
so
that
you're saying
all
that,
this money
so you're saying that he
not
never
allocated.
has,
It's
that
not.
there's no guaranteed contracts in the NFL at all? Yeah, trust me, he has one. It's guaranteed 161 million of it. There's 242,588 total on the contract. So there's 80 million that's not guaranteed, but this 160 is.
But I know I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah, because this is the way that it is, Jay.
No,
you can look at it. I put the link in the
go
comment.
ahead. We can move on.
Show me something that says that it's not guaranteed money, because this is facts. This isn't this is not like a debate. This is the data
in this second. But I will here in a little bit. But
does that to any of you guys? Do any of you guys see anything where he's not guaranteed up to 2026?
I don't think I could care less in my life.
I know, but it's like I don't.
All this shows me is Russell Wilson's a better quarterback than both of you two think.
He's not. He's not.
But he's way better than Stidham. I mean, sitting him doesn't make Stidham a better quarterback. That's for damn sure.
It doesn't.
That's by any stretch.
What is the reason that Russ is getting sick? Because I haven't seen enough reports. Is it just personal reasons? Is it him and the coach not getting like? Why is he getting sit in a spot like this?
Because Sean Payton's scapegoating him.
I don't think so. He's not that good, fellas. He's just not. And
but they gave him all that guaranteed money, so there's no benefit of not playing him. He has all that guaranteed money. There's no benefit of not playing him.
Because all of it is not guaranteed.
Yes, he's guaranteed up until 2020, up until 2026. He's guaranteed $161 million. There's not really any argument to it, Jay. It is the.
When I show you in a little bit, you're gonna be
all right. You owe me 5,000. Let's go double or nothing. Let's go double or nothing on the 5,000.
I'm not.
I will. I'll gladly.
I could care less about Russell Wilson's money.
Well, no, but you seem to be very adamant that I'm wrong about this.
I know.
You're very adamant. You're very adamant.
I could care less.
Well, then why are you saying it? Why are you saying something that's not true?
Because it is true.
All right, then let's bet 5,000 on it.
I don't care.
You seem to care.
I don't.
I mean,
you're just not going to make me tell you you're right, and that's what you want me to do. I'm not going to do that.
I don't need you to tell me. It's right here. So the contract's right on the screen.
Let's move on.
It's right on the screen. There's nothing that says anything.
So let's move on. And let me put this out here on the live for everybody. I have tried to pay Mitch that $5K a couple of times. He won't let me, and then he still comes back and uses it as a trump card. That's what's going on with that $5K, in case anybody wants to know. I have the $5K. I can pay him the $5K. He gave me the option to pay him, and he said, hey,
you had until 2 weeks ago to book your March Madness trip, which is not booked, so you owe me. I'll take the $5K.
All right, and I'll send you the $5K if that's what you want. But we're not going to keep playing that game. We're not going to keep playing that game. All right,
I'll take it.
That's not what we're doing. So let's get that. I want all you guys to know out there that's what that is. Now let's.
The deal was that I told Jay, instead of paying me the $5K to book his trip to March Madness or whatever,
which I've done.
You know,
which I have done. But Mitch likes to when me and him get into a banter, that's his trump card.
Well, here's your chance to win the $5K back from me.
I don't want it back in this instance. I don't.
Well, you have it, Jay. You're adamant that you're adamant about something that's clear as day. I mean, it's clear as fucking day, man.
All right.
Clear as fucking day here. I mean, it's like it couldn't be any clearer. just say, I was mistaken. I thought. I mean, seriously, how hard is that?
No. But let's move on. I will show you here in a little bit. Are you taking the Broncos today?
I like the under.
Right. What about you, my man?
This is a rough game, not my favorite on the board. You know, the Broncos, they failed to cover the spread against the AFC West 11 times. And you look at the Chargers, they've failed to win a road game against the AFC West 7 straight. So not a game I'm rushing to the win or the bet, but the the Broncos got issues. They got big issues. I'm sure they got some issues in the office as well. Somebody's mad that they picked up Russell Wilson for that kind of money and it's not working out and they're benching him. So can you imagine the fighting that's going on in the head office for Denver right now? Arguing over how much he's getting paid and how much you got to pay him. If we're arguing like that, imagine what they're arguing in the office. What if we ditch him here? Can we save a little there? No. Bench him. What if we do that? So I'm quite sure they're having the same argument in the office. So give me the Chargers. They looked respectable last week after getting beaten up by the Raiders. I like the Chargers here in this one. I think I'm outright. Give them on the money line.
Shody, last game of the NFL day, man. We got the Packers and the Vikings Sunday Night Football. Last game of the year of 2023. What a year. Minnesota laying 1 at the crib. Mitch, how you feeling here?
Packers all day, twice on Sunday. Minnesota, once again, just have if you don't have a starting quarterback and you don't know who it is, then you have nothing. And they have nothing. Pretty much what it is. But the Packers, better team.
Right.
And for me in this one, my futures ticket depends on the Vikings getting themselves one win. I took the team total over 7.5, and they need that one more win. And I think they get it here. I think we see bad love on the road. And I think the Vikings at home are a solid team that has been the greatest at home lately. But I think this is one of those spots where they step up when they come to play and they get themselves a win. I'll take the Vikings.
Wayne.
To be two teams is just hard to read offensively, and but I feel like I could just trust what I've been seeing from Green Bay offensively as of lately. But Minnesota's been covering like hell lately, and they've been doing it while still giving up a lot of turnovers. So I feel like these turnovers will catch up with them eventually, especially in a game like this. And Green Bay will get the win in the cover here.
So just to back up, his 2025 salary is not guaranteed. Like I said, it's not guaranteed. It is not. It is not. It is not. It is not. So why make another $40 million mistake when you don't have to? And that's why that is the simple reason they are sitting him. This full contract is not guaranteed. This is not the NBA. The NBA, your contract is 100.
One has nothing to do with the other.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
This contract.
So what you're saying then is that there's no NFL contracts that are guaranteed by saying it's not the NBA. That there's no NFL contracts
because there's not
money.
In the NBA.
Nobody has a guaranteed contract. The entire NFL.
You're getting $100 million.
So you're saying nobody in the NFL has a guaranteed contract.
9 times out of 10, you're getting 60. That's the difference. That's the difference.
So nobody in the NFL has a guaranteed contract.
No, they don't. That's why Lamar was holding out for so long. That's why all of that. Yes, some of the money is guaranteed, but the full contract is not. It is not. It is not. It is not. It is not.
Depends on who your agent is and what
no, it is not. There's not one person in the NFL that has a fully guaranteed contract. Not one.
I'm sure there is.
You want to bet? You want to bet 5K on that? You want to bet 5K on that?
I'm sure there is.
You want to bet 5K on that?
Well, I don't know it, so I have to look, but I'm sure there is.
That's all I've been trying to explain to you this whole time.
I'm sure. No, you said something about the NBA or something, but I'm going to say
is that I do know. I do. But let's go on to the NBA. Let's talk about the National Basketball Association. Or wait, did we go?
All right, so Deshaun Watson's contract is fully guaranteed. Joe Burrow, fully guaranteed. Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, 193, fully guaranteed. Kyler Murray, fully guaranteed. Lamar Jackson, 185 million, fully guaranteed. Well, because I didn't look first.
Deshaun Watson is.
Well, had I looked first, I would have done it. Had I looked first, I would have done it.
You would have had me. You would have had me, but you didn't take it.
It really is not the point, but you're just. It's once again. You said something that was incorrect.
It was incorrect. It was incorrect.
Yeah, you said nobody has a guaranteed contract. You got the premise
of the argument. You got the premise of the argument. If you're gonna tell me one of 600 guys is guaranteed, whoop-de-damn do.
You said nobody.
You feel me?
You said nobody.
You feel me?
But you said nobody.
I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. But the problem still lies. They're not finna try to pay Russell Wilson again for the same shit.
They still take the cap hit. It really doesn't help them at all.
All I got it out now.
It helps them zero. They still take the cap hit,
for sure.
regardless of if they have to pay him or not pay him or whatever.
Hawks, Wizards. What you like here?
Me?
Yep.
It depends. Are they still paying Bradley Beal's guaranteed contract? The Wizards, I'm not sure. I like the Wizards in this one. Can't stand the Hawks. If anyone ever sees me take the Hawks against the Kings ever again, just freaking, that's when you guys can hammer me in the comments, because I can't believe you guys. I mean, you guys will say everything in the world about me in the comments and about my picks and everything, but no one said shit about that one. And it's like, that's the one where I really could have used the help. It would have been like, wake up call or something. But, yeah, people in the chat, they do get weird about it, man. They do get weird. Me and Jay argue all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, like, we're good.
That's my guy.
We're good on it. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, it has nothing to do. Oh man, it's like, they get way too over the top. It's like, I think that, like, it's like you've never gotten in an argument over sports before in a bar. Like, it's like, how do you think we all ended up gamblers to begin with? Man, I'll bet you. So I haven't been betting since my milk money in like the second grade, man. So,
yeah, I almost got thrown out of the hockey game arguing with a guy in the stands, saying that the Islanders hadn't been in the Stanley Cup, and I was like, no, they haven't. They haven't been in the Stanley Cup Finals since they played the Oilers.
I was at lunch. I was at lunch with Tony Brown. I was at lunch with Tony Brown. He wasn't arguing with me, but he was arguing with somebody else, and we got thrown out of a barbecue restaurant. Like, it was a barbecue restaurant. They threw us out, arguing LeBron James and Curry. It was like they threw us out. You guys, they brought over boxes and put all the food in it and threw us out the freaking door. Told us we had to leave.
Yeah, man. I love this.
You guys don't stop. You're out of here. And it's like, oh, okay. We're only in the end of the first period. Don't want to leave yet.
I'll say, man, it's got a true talent. Nobody can get under my skin quite like he can.
It's a gift. I have a gift.
It's a true talent. Hawks Wizards, though. How you feeling here?
I'm on the Wizards. Give me the Wizards here. There's no chance I'm taking the Hawks. You're gonna need like 7.5 points with the Wizards. I'll take them. The Wizards at home here. Yeah, definitely not touching the Hawks.
Wayne.
Yeah, it looks like a layup with the Wizards, but I'm taking the Hawks in this one, man. Both of these teams are good scoring teams, and both of these teams suck defensively. But Hawks play better defense on the road, 8-10 on the road, and Wizards at home, they play horrible defense. Their defensive numbers go up worse. They actually give up about 4 to 6 more points at home when they're defensively, and that'll be just enough for the Hawks to get this cover. I do think the Hawks are a play-in team. They sit about 2 games outside. They got to win games like this, and they got to win games like this convincingly. I like the Hawks minus the 6.5 in this one.
Javon.
Yeah, I'm on the Wizards in this one. We already know what the Atlanta Hawks are. Even though they do have a history of putting the boost to the Wizards. The same thing could have been said about the Kings, in their history with the Kings, and the Kings came back and won that game. So, the Wizards have been playing better, even though they're a bad team. So with this number, I'll take the points.
Manelli.
Yeah, this one just missed the premium area for me. I like the Hawks. They've dominated the Wizards this season. They beat them by 9 and by 28, I believe, earlier, right around Thanksgiving. Both of these teams have been a disaster defensively, but I just trust Atlanta more. Looks like Trae Young is probable. That's a good thing, obviously. And I didn't think win this game by double digits, so I'll lay the points with Atlanta.
And I'm taking the Wizards. I'm continuing to fade the Hawks. Fading the Hawks is the gift that keeps on giving. The worst ATS team in basketball is Atlanta, 7-24 against the number. They've only covered in 22.6% of their games this season. Yeah, I don't trust them laying any points on anybody. Wizards, hey, it's a okay spot for them. 4th straight home game. We did see them wake up and beat Brooklyn their last game. I think some of that momentum may carry over here. Hawks may very well win the game, but expecting them to cover a point spread is insane. And the books continue to price this team competitively. I wonder when they're going to just wake up and start doing them like they did Miami, where they're just like, all right, we get it now. The Miami's not who we think they are. Let's price them appropriately. They have priced Miami so much better this year than they did last year. Even the Mavs. Reason why them two teams are not nearly as bad ATS as they were last year is because they've been properly priced. The Hawks have not, and this is one of those where they shouldn't be laying 6.5. Not even on the Pistons, in my opinion. Not on the road. Can't do it. Won't do it. Next game up, we got the Lake Show and the Pelicans. Man, the Lakers got robbed last night, bro. Oh my God, they got robbed. Now it's a 3. I'm dying on that hill.
Right?
I'm dying on that hill, man. His foot was behind the line. This is birthday and all, bro. Y'all, hey, that's disgusting. The GOAT, too. The face of the league. That's how y'all do? That's insane. I lean Pelicans here, but I'm not fading the Lakers really off of that. I really not. It's a terrible spot for the Lake Show. It really is. But as of right now, I don't see AD or LeBron on this injury report, so they may be playing tonight. And if they are playing tonight on the back end of a back-to-back, which they usually don't, I could see this being a motivation game. So I'm trying to talk myself into taking the Lakers. I'm probably going to leave this game alone, though, in all honesty. Mitch?
I don't love this game either, but oh God. Let's see. It's for the sake of consistency. I think I'll take the Lakers plus the points. I think it's just it's a lean at best.
Yep. Hot Rod.
I like the Lakers in the first quarter money line. I think they come out and they're still mad from last night's game. They're gonna be mad, and I think they come out and they win the first quarter. I don't even think you take the points. I take a money line first quarter. You can probably take some points if you want, but I don't think so. I think they win it outright. First quarter money line. Nice plus price on that one.
J-Man, there's some truth to what you're saying, but so why do they still list him as day-to-day 9 times out of 10? That's why his name is Anthony Day-to-Day Davis, because he's on the injury report, even when we know more often than not he's going to play. Wayne, how you feeling here?
Yeah, it's too much points for me to lay with New Orleans, even though they are at home. They just haven't been playing well lately. Lakers have been shitty in this no rest spot, only 1-5 ATS. Both of these teams are about 50% when they're playing West Coast opponents, ATS wise. I just like you said, if the Lakers are having Davis and LeBron in this game coming off a loss, although they're coming in with no rest, I think they'll be motivated and keeping this one close. It's just too many points to be laying with New Orleans when they haven't been playing well. Give me Lakers in this spot.
Javon.
Yeah, I'm reading the tea leaves in this one. Either AD or LeBron James, or both, might not play. One of them might play. One of them probably sit. So that's just how the lines dictate. This one is gonna be played out well. But yeah, I'm on New Orleans in this one. They haven't been playing good. Let's just call it what it is. But I think in this spot, this is a get right spot. Catching the Lakers on the second hour back-to-back, probably without one of their two main players.
I'm going to go Pelicans, too. I'm going to go Pelicans. Bad spot for the Lakers on the back-to-back. Pelicans are rested, playing with revenge, playing at home. I like, the Lakers 6-12 straight up on the road this season. So give me the Pelicans.
I took the Pelicans on the jam session, man. I want to see that injury report, and that's what I kind of told you guys there too. I want to see the injury report. I need to see who's out for the Lakers, because I'm with Jovan. The line indicates that somebody not playing. That's what it says. That's what it yells. Somebody not playing, but they're not currently on the injury report. But the NBA is the land of the roster manipulation.
Yeah, you know how the NBA is, though.
Yes, sir.
Late reports, late news, and you have to anticipate a lot. So
yes, sir. That is the NBA. Next up, man, we got the Thunder Buddies for life, man. The best ATS team in basketball. One of the best teams in basketball. The second best record in the West. I love this team, man. The books, they're kind of starting to catch on. It seems like it. They got them a 7.5-point favor here in this one. Mitch, Thunder Buddies for life.
Yep. I love Thunder in this spot. I know the line's getting up there, but Thunder are just, been one of the top teams for a while. They're not novelty act. They're not regarded like how they seem to, still get the treatment like, they're, if this was the Celtics, they would be favored by, 14, 15. But it's not. So we'll take the Thunder. Easy money.
Hot Rod.
Yeah, I got to agree. Thunder are just playing the better ball here. I don't trust the Nets on the road. 6-9 on the road this season. They play their better ball at home. Give me OKC by 10 plus here.
Wayne.
Yeah, I'm on the Thunder too. I don't love the amount of points you have to lay with them, as you guys have stated. Just off of how they playing, this line could be higher, but I just missed the Thunder in a 4.5 points in this.
You muted yourself.
Brooklyn Nets is a tricky squad. They can hit the three, and they play pretty balanced on both sides. Not terrible offense and terrible on defense. So it wouldn't surprise me if they covered this one, but everything's pointing at OKC based on how they've been playing lately. So I'm gonna ride with it.
Javon, are you sharp enough to take the Nets here, or are you rolling the Thunder Buddies?
I'm gonna give out the over in this one. This total was crept down to 3 points from its opening, so I'll get some buyback on this one and take the over.
Romanelli.
Yeah, Thunder a pass for me. Best team in the league in ATS wise. Brooklyn's up there too, but
they are.
I like OKC.
Actually, I'll give you guys the numbers. Brooklyn is currently the 5th best ATS team, and Oklahoma City is 1. You guys know, if you watch the jam session, I've been on Brooklyn a good amount this season as well, mainly at home. Mainly at home, because Brooklyn at home against the number, they're 11-5-1. On the road, the Nets are
7-8.
7-8, yes, sir. So, hey, y'all know Thunder Buddies for life. It's hard for me to get off of, man. It's hard, and I can't, so I won't. Let's keep it rolling. We got the Celtics and the Spurs. Mitch is in the catbird seat. The pick between two evils, the two teams he hates the most, the Spurs and the Celtics. The two teams he has faded the most. He hasn't bet the Spurs not one time this year.
Got to take the Celtics in this one. Lay the points. They love to beat up on the bad teams and ass slap, and that's what they do. That's all they're good for. It's beating the shitty teams and acting like they've actually done something. Expect to see Jason Tatum act like he's won a championship finally for the first time in his life, because that's not something that we'll ever else see him do. But at least he can celebrate by beating the shit ass San Antonio Spurs, because that's about the best the Celtics can hope for this season. As I tell you what, man, just start. It's like there should be like a stock market where you could just short the Celtics, and it's like just short them, because I tell you, this team is a fucking joke. And people are like, oh man, he hates the Celtics or whatever. What I hate is overhyped crap. And I think that's what we have here. Oh, he's prejudiced against the Celtics. Believe me, I lived in Boston. I loved the Celtics when I lived in Boston. The difference, those Celtics teams won championships and had players that had won championships, not just on the Celtics, but on other teams too. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a guy who a Celtic who you can respect. Dennis Johnson. Okay, there's a Celtic that's done something, right? Might be dead now, but at least he did something, not like these bums and nobodies that they have now. Oh, we got Porzingis. He's going to put us over the top. He's never put anybody over the top of anything. Right. It's like, oh, he's going to put this team over the top, even though he's never put anything over the top. It's like,
just wait for him to roll an ankle and be out for 6 weeks.
Believe me, he's a glorified Bill Cartwright, who at least won when he had Jordan.
Right. You laying it with the Celtics too?
No, I'm not laying it with the Celtics. look at the last couple of games. They almost outright lost to the Raptors. And we can almost lose to the Raptors? You can almost lose to the Spurs. So give me the Spurs plus the points here. And they almost lost to Detroit. They should have lost to Detroit in that one. They looked awful. And then they followed up by looking awful and just barely beating the Raptors. So are they looking at pounding the snot of the Spurs? Sure, I could see it. I can see it here, but I don't think so. I'm going to get the Spurs plus the points.
Wayne.
Yeah, I'm on Boston in this one. No, they haven't played well on the road, but typically in spots like this, when you're looking to count them out, they turn around and smash, like Mitch said, the bad teams. Style preference matchup between Porzingis and Wemby. I know Porzingis probably feels like he was the 7-footer that should be talked about first before, so I think he goes out there and makes Wemby struggle. And Boston has all their guys, and I don't see no reason for them not to be able to cover even with this many points in this one. Give me Boston.
Vaughn, you know I like to target when we talking about your teams. It's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that they'll get off to a fast start, be up by a whole bunch of points, and then in the fourth quarter, they'll put in their bench. Well, they might put in their bench warmers in the third quarter, and they'll slowly but surely give up that big lead, and they'll win the game by double digits. But I don't think they'll do it by 14.5. So I'm on the Spurs.
Romanelli.
I want the Celtics or pass. Not in love with this NBA card. This is one of those games I don't love. But like Mitch said, Celtics take care of business against those bad teams. I think they do so here.
Yeah. I don't love this game either. It's probably my least favorite game of the day. I don't bet the Spurs. So I don't bet them. And I've told myself I'm not betting the Celtics as a pretty sizable road favorite anymore. So I would lean Spurs in this game, in all honesty. The Celtics, what are they? 8-2 against the number on the road. They've only covered in 38.5% of their games. That's third worst in the NBA. That's how bad they've been on the road. So would I be surprised if they come out and blew out San Antonio? No, I wouldn't. But like Jovan said, would I be surprised if they won by 11, 12? I think that's kind of probably what we're looking at. So Porzingis soft like Panthers. All right, let's keep it moving. Kings on the road in Memphis. This line has been bouncing last couple hours. I saw Kings open up as a favorite. I saw Memphis -1. Then it went back Kings. Right now, I think I see Memphis -1. You could probably get even money line, even either team if you do your line shopping. This is an interesting game. I'm gonna start back in. Romanelli, how you feeling?
I'm gonna lean towards the Kings. It is an interesting game. I think it's a coin flip kind of game, but I got to give credit to the Kings. Last game on the road against Atlanta, not a good start to that one. They were down, I think, by almost 20. 23 points they were down, but they found a comeback. They won the game by 7 points, so obviously they covered. And I do think they're the better defensive team, even though both of these teams, they've just been really inconsistent this year. The Grizzlies is kind of a tale of two different halves of the first half, the one without Ja and now with Ja. But I think the Kings take care of business here. I like them in this spot.
Javon.
There's the total. Yeah, you know what? I'm on the over in this one. The Kings are just that bad on defense. You would think that with Mike Brown, that they would put a little bit of emphasis on defense, but it's just like they tuned him out. And they'll give up a bunch of points to a Grizzlies team that's capable of scoring. With John Moran on the court. So, yeah, I'm on the over.
Wayne.
Yeah, it's Memphis here for me. They've just had the Kings number. They've been playing well when Ja's been in the lineup. It's hard to even look at the stats because all those was with Ja without the lineup. But Memphis, they normally play pretty well at home. Look for them to turn around at home. But on the same breath, the Kings play well on the road, and they're about 500 right now. So I do believe they'll start stacking some wins on the road, but I just don't think this is a game. I do feel like Memphis will try to make a run to make the play in, and they're going to need games like this. So give me Memphis here.
Right.
And for me in this one, I think it's a slower pace game, and we get ourselves an under. If you look head to head, the last 4 have all went under, and if you even go farther than that, I think the last 10 all would come under. This 236.5. Last meeting we seen was 233, so it was close to that number. But the times before that, we were in the 230s at best. I love the under here.
Mitch.
This is a tough one. It goes back and forth. It's like if the Kings are getting points, I like them. If they're not getting points, I don't like them. So it makes it just a tough game. I don't know. It's Ja Morant's second game back home since the suspension. I think I'm just going to go with the Kings on the road. I think especially if we can get him as a dog.
Yes, sir. I get it. Kings on the road are solid. It's going to be a hell of a game. I think it's going to be one of the best ones on today. But I'm on Memphis. I'm on the Grizzlies at the crib. Hey, Memphis typically is hooping. And I just see them coming out hooping tonight.
It's a tough game. It's not going to take much to swing me the other way.
Yeah. You know, I get it. I get the Kings arguments too in this one. I just think Ja Morant back in Memphis, you know, where the Grizzlies typically play their best basketball, is a solid place to be. And that's, you know, the line's competitively priced for a reason. It's going to be one of the best games on today, but I'm on the Grizzlies. Let's see. They're only this season. Oh, shit. They're terrible at home thus far, but we know what it is because, you know, they were bad earlier. But right now, Memphis is 2-11 straight up at home. That's terrible. Last season, Memphis was 37-7 straight up at home. So that just shows you the effects of Ja Morant for this team. He's the heart and soul of this team. I expect them to kind of get back on track. We'll see. Last game of the night. We got the Waynes versus the Suns. Phoenix laying 5.5 on you guys. What y'all doing tonight, Wayne?
Come on, man. We're going to ball out, man. We are going to ball out. It's too many points. 6 points in a game where we can win outright. It's not like Phoenix has been playing good. It's not like Phoenix has been playing well at home. No, as line's moving up because a lot of hype is going to be. Bradley Beal's playing. The big three is playing, but we haven't seen them play like a big three all year. If anything, the big three is on the Magic. So with Franz and Paulo, I think Paulo has a good game against KD. I think Suggs and them, they play well. In these style clashes, the defense versus the offense, the defense has won majority of these games. And Orlando's one of the best teams on the East when it comes to covering the spread against the West. So it's another little stat I'm going to throw out there for you. Everything's leaning to Orlando plus the 6 in this one.
Javon.
No, and I'm on the opposite end. I'm on the Suns in this one. I just think that, you know, with this team fully intact, got a game under their belt, you know, facing the Orlando team, you know, who has one end covered, you know, that's to be sure. I'm not going to, you know, knock them or anything like that, but I just think that in this spot, especially with KD, you know he's lighting the fire under these boys' asses. I think that they get the job done and do it by 3 possessions.
Romanelli.
The Magic have really fell flat in the first game of a road trip this year. They opened their first road trip with a win against Portland, but after that one, their next road trip started against the Nets. They lost that game by 20. Then the next road trip started against the Nets again. They lost by 28. Then they went to Boston for a road trip, lost by 17 points, and then opened another road trip against the Bucks and lost by 4 on the road. So average point differential in their first game of road trips of -13 or 12.8. Can't trust them here. Give me the Suns.
I'm all over the Magic in this one. It's not even complicated for me. I'm getting the better team, the better money-making team as a dog. Sign me up. The Magic are the better team. They have the better record. They played the better basketball over the full course of the season. That's the truth. The Suns right now are one of the worst ATS teams in basketball. The Suns against the number, they're actually the second worst ATS team in basketball at 11-19-1. They're just overrated. They're just overrated. They're priced like they're one of the best teams in the NBA consistently, and their play does not show that. The Magic, they're the third best ATS team in basketball at 21-10. They've covered in 67.7% of their games. Again, I'm getting the better team, better against the number. As a dog, a sizable dog, I want the points in my back pocket, and I'm attacking the plus money here with Orlando. Mitch.
I'm taking the Magic. The Suns are absolutely terrible as home favorites. Stinking it up. I believe 0-6 in their last 6. Taking the Magic.
Right.
Yeah, exactly what Mitch said. The Suns is a favorite, not where I want to be putting my money, that's for sure. And this Magic team, they just keep stepping up, deep on depth as well. So it's just too many points. As Jay said, the Suns just keep getting overvalued here for sure. So give me the Magic plus the points.
All right, that's all the NBA, all the NFL. We got some college hoops today. Not a huge card. We're running at 2 hours already. Let's see. How do you guys want to play this college hoops? You want to split it in 2, split it in 3?
Just everyone give a pick. One pick.
Give a pick, yeah.
All right.
Just pick one and go.
There we go. All right. I'll start with Mr. Rundown, Mr. Bank Shot Breakdown, Mr. College Hoops himself. Ron, what you got for me here in College Hoops? If you got like more than one, I know we were running long, but you know.
Give me some more accolades. The handsome Ron, the Don. But yeah, I'm looking at Detroit. This has been the worst team probably in college basketball this year, record-wise. I mean, Mississippi Valley State may have something to say about that, but I think they compete here. I think Purdue, Fort Wayne, overvalued. This is too many points. I think Detroit if there was a big-time upset today in college hoops, I think this would be it. Potentially Stanford as well. I'm taking the points with Stanford.
Javon, what you got for me?
You know what? I'm not gonna go against Ron on the Stanford pick. You know, even though Arizona's last spot was supposed to be a spot where the home dog was supposed to cover, and they got blown out the water. But you know what? I go with Utah. You know, not really much explanation with it. You know, they're just a better team. So,
Wayne, what you got for me, college hoops?
This line is shot up a lot. Won't go to Bethune-Cookman. Open up around 25 and a half. It's now at about 30 and a half. I'm taking Bethune-Cookman. It's just way too many points. It's the team hasn't been great all year, but they have been covering like 4 and 6 ATS. And Mississippi State, I do have watched them, respect what they've been doing on the season, but not the greatest offensively. They do a lot on defense. I just feel like Bethune-Cookman can score enough to keep this one within the 30 and a half that you got to lay with them.
Oklahoma for me. I've been on this team a ton this season. You guys have heard me take them a ton this season. I'm on them again here. They're just really comfortable at the crib. What is this, like 6th or 7th straight home game? Monmouth, what do we know about these boys? At home, they've played really well. The 2 times we've seen them on the road recently, lost to Cornell, got their doors blown. Well, not blown off, but they lost pretty comfortably to Seton Hall. I see this game as a game where they just get blown out on the road. I think Oklahoma is one of the best teams in the country. I've said that since the beginning of the year. And I don't know if I said then they were really underrated. They're starting to become properly rated, but I still think they're kind of still underrated, in my opinion. I'm laying it there with Oklahoma. Mitch, what you got here?
I'm going to take Colorado and lay the points against Washington State. I did not like it at 9.5, but I kind of like it where it's creeping down here. I had Washington State the other night against Utah, and it's kind of a double-edged thing here. Number one, Utah's better at home than I thought they were going to be. The win over BYU is really no fluke. And I think, for teams like Utah and Washington, the game I was going to originally give out, but Jovan gave it out. And I don't love it at the number that it kind of creeped up to anyway in that Utah game. But the thing is, teams like Utah and Washington, they're both on the rise from bottoming out. And it all starts with winning at home. That's how you turn it around. And Utah's doing that. But the thing is that we saw that against Washington State, and I liked Washington State in that spot against Utah. I thought that they were getting too many points. Colorado certainly has the ability to absolutely blitz Washington State by double digits here. I think that they get it done. They beat us by 100, so I think they can beat these guys too. I think Washington State is good. I like them better at home.
Right.
And for me, I like Arizona over Stanford. You look at Arizona's just the strength of schedule alone is they played a gauntlet of teams: Purdue, Alabama, FAU, and the better team Ford. I think they beat Stanford by 20 plus. I'll lay the 12.5 here. I think they blow out Stanford in that one. 20 plus. Give me Arizona.
Shody. Ron, what you selling today over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I've got my college basketball bank shot best bet. Got a 3-pack in the NFL with my top 3 plays. And I got my NBA play of the day. Surprisingly, off to a really strong start to the NBA campaign, over 1,000 units. So looking to cash that play as well.
Hop on with Ron the Dunn, man. Start the new year right off on the right foot. Jovan, what you selling today, my man? I know you're pretty hot right now, too.
Yeah, I got an NFL 5-pack going. Also got an NFL 3-pack. I'll have an NFL 3-pack for the later portion of the games, the 4 o'clock and the 8 o'clock games. I have that up and running. Also have an NBA 3-pack going today. I have a college basketball play on the website for longer term clients. And, I'm number 1 in the NBA currently on the website, running hard in the NBA, running hard in the NFL. So trying to end out the year with a bang.
Hop on with Jovan, man. You heard him leading the pack. Hop on with my guy, man. Make some money over the close the year out on a hot note, and let's start the year off on the right foot. Wayne, what you got today, my man?
What's going on? Looking to bounce back, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show from yesterday. A light card for me today. 2 NBAs, 2 NFLs. I got that in a 3-pack for you, which will include 2 NFLs and 1 NBA. And I have my best NBA bet out for you guys, singled out. So you can get my 3-pack, that best bet, and catch me getting right today. Let's get right.
There you go. Hop on with my guy Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs Premium. Bounce back day for him. I have my NBA play of the day up there for sale. We've been pretty hot this past week on that play. I have a couple of NFL plays in there, but the best thing to do with me is to hop on something long-term. Let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. You guys know this last 2 weeks has been a pretty rough 2 weeks for me in the NBA. We were well up over 1,500 units. We're now somewhere like 600. So it's been a pretty rough week, but we're on the back end of that. Yesterday, ATS-wise in the NBA, we swept the entire board, 6-0 ATS-wise. So, hey, y'all know what time it is. We finna heat back up here really soon. If you believe me, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. Let's kick the crap out of the books. Hot Rod, what you selling today? Muted.
Looking to continue the hot streak in the NFL, 8-2 in the last 10. Swept the board last week in the NFL, so I got my NFL Sunday ticket, 5-pack there for you. Also includes my 10-star play of the day in that 5-pack, or you can scoop it up singly. And then I also got 1 play in the NBA. I absolutely love that play, top rated. My drop a dime play, 8-1 on that in the NBA this season. My top play of the day. Scoop it up over to Big Dogs Premium.
Hop on with Hot Rod. Last but certainly not least, Boss Man, Money Man Mitch, what you got?
I got some NBAs, I got some NFLs, and whatever. I'll have my college football up for tomorrow as well. I kind of really tomorrow's college football card I really like. I'm in one of those. It's not really a slump and it's not really a streak. It's just one of those situations where it's like I have a winning record in NBA, I have a winning record in college hoops, but they're not good enough. I'm getting juiced in both of them, so it's like I'm like down 200 units or something, which means I'm up, as far as winning percentage. So if we had one of those sites where we just said the winning percentage, or just the record, I would have winning records and everything. But it's like we count the juice and the units here at Pick Dogs. We do a little more honest approach. And, coming in June, we'll be going on ROI. We'll be switching everything all the way around and having actually leaderboards that you guys can actually flex out yourselves and be able to change and see them the way that you want to see them. And the cappers will be able to present them the way that they want them for themselves on their individual pages, along with videos and all sorts of other really cool stuff. But outside of that, I just wanted to announce starting Wednesday, we have a new co-host on the morning show. That is Ron Romanelli. Surprise. Jay didn't know that.
I wouldn't even know that, Ron.
Jay didn't know that, but now he does. So I don't think we get any protesting from Jay. I know Ruffalo likes to ball hog a little bit, but ball hog a little less.
Ron, do you know what you just signed yourself up for, my man? Are you ready?
You don't know what you're in for, sir. I'm ready for Wednesdays. Every Wednesday I'll be there.
Yes, sir. That's fun. I can't wait for that. I'm gonna try to get on the Ron skin a bit. How Mitch does me.
We'll get into it. There's going to be plenty of opportunity. Unfortunately, Colorado football ended, but he'll be coming back soon.
We still got hoops.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
Yes, we do. That's going to be fun. I can't wait for those days. All right. It's the end of the show, fellas. It was a fun show, full of a lot of excitement. It's been a hell of a year, man. I just want to say before we get out of here, to all you guys, I appreciate you guys more than you know. Every last one of you guys on the screen, man, for accepting me into the Pig Dogs family the way you did for this past year. All you guys in the chat, man, it's been a life-changing year, man. 2023. Shout out 2023, my man. And let's make 2024 a year to remember as well. Parlay for you guys today before I get on up out of here. I got you, boys. I'm gonna go with the Wizards, the Magic, and let's go to the NFL. Wizards, Magic, and the Carolina Panthers. Any last words, Mitch, and a parlay?
Dolphins, money line. Bengals, money line. Magic, money line. Triple dog, money line parlay. I want to thank everybody as well for, just an unbelievable year. I said when I started Pick Dogs that it would be the biggest thing I've ever done online. Of course, I've had a lot of big successful websites online and other successful projects. And I said Pick Dogs would be the biggest thing I've ever done. And it is, and it will continue to be. This year coming up is, I promise, while we've dedicated a lot of 2023 to our YouTube channel, and these guys have just knocked it out of the park, as Jay was saying. I mean, just unbelievable. Almost 104 million people have watched our videos. I mean, nuts. But the crazy thing, is that, I've kind of have taken a little less focus away from the website. So I might not be on as much in the upcoming year, but you'll see where my time is going with the website. And we have a massive project, $4.5 million project that we're working on off the scenes for the website. And I think you guys are going to be just stunned when you see it. And it will be the premier sports betting web destination. I don't just say these things, I'm the guy that actually does it. So you guys are going to be stoked.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Mitch, for sure, man. Rod, you got a parlay for us? And any last words?
Definitely got a parlay for everybody. We're going to go on all money line. Dolphins money line. Chargers money line. Tennessee money line. 3-teamer. Birdcage. It was a good 2023. Definitely enjoyed doing the hockey videos as Pick Dogs. Honestly, I was the angry guy that was like, "Oh, we're gonna blow up Puck Dogs." It hasn't been so bad. Definitely been enjoying doing the hockey videos. It was a lot of work at the start, but getting a little more comfortable as the hockey season goes on. There's a lot of hockey videos, This is 1 or 2 hockey videos. On some days you're looking at 16 hockey games going on, and then you throw a parlay in. It's in there, but I love doing it. And excited for what 2024 is going to bring. Big, exciting year. Be safe out there. Don't party too hard. I know it's New Year's and on to the next day, but maybe try to remember what happened on New Year's. I remember those times when on New Year's Eve that it was just complete blackout where I don't remember what happened. I don't miss that at all. There were definitely had some days where it was we rung in New Year and goes, "What happened? It's New Year's? Oh." Definitely don't miss that. But be safe, everybody. Happy New Year. Have some fun.
For sure. Wayne, parlay and any last words, my man?
Yeah, we're gonna go with the Bucks. money line, we're gonna go with Orlando spread. We're gonna go with the Raiders spread. And as Jay said, man, it's been an outstanding year. I appreciate all of the Pick Dog family, from the guys I work with all the way to the people out here who watch, like, subscribe, and looking forward to giving you guys more banging bets, and looking forward to continuing getting up here with the videos, whether it be boxing or finding my niche in the sports that I can get you guys the most money in. That's what it's about, putting you guys on great plays.
I think having everybody do a parlay every day, I think would be really good at start. I think Rod should do a regular sport parlay, because he's not just a hockey guy. Jovan's parlays, I mean, they were great when he was doing them, and I think that's always a good place. There's also plenty of other things we can do as well, but I'm excited to get more people more involved. We have as well.
Yes, sir. Jovan, you got a parlay for us, and any last words?
Yeah, Dolphins, Ravens under, Saints, Bucks over, Steelers, Seahawks over. That's the parlay. And for me, it's been a tale of two 2003s for me. I wasn't here for about a good 6 months, so I came back, and had to get my foot in. I'm gonna start doing the videos that I was doing before. I'm gonna get back on that in the next couple weeks, so be tuned for that. So you'll be seeing a lot more of me on the YouTube website, and looking to keep it going. Got my footing, getting back on on my heart streak like I was, and make it a big 2024.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you back, man. Let's continue to kick the crap out of everybody, man. I love my team. I'll take this group of guys over anybody on the planet, no matter how much we argue and all that, man. It's all at the end of the day.
That's the best part of it, man. I like the way it makes people feel uncomfortable. If you're making people feel uncomfortable, you're doing something right.
Right.
That's
You're
what I
walking
say.
down that argument, and you're like, uh-oh.
It's like, this doesn't even feel good.
Ron, you got a parlay for us, and any last words?
I'm going to go with a two-teamer. I'll go with the Atlanta Hawks and the Miami Dolphins, both on the spread. And thank you guys again for another great year here at Pick Dogs. I started in December of 2019. So now we're, 4 or 5 years, just.
And look at you now.
Look at me now. Thank you so much to everybody for all the support on the rundown, the bank shot breakdown, and anything else that I do. And I hope it's a lucky year for everybody. There's the lucky cat.
I got one other thing to say when Ron's done. When Ron's done with his lucky cat, I got one more.
Good luck with all your plays. Good luck in 2024. And I'll see you guys on Wednesdays and the morning shows.
Yes, sir. All right, Mitch, what you got for us? Close us out.
If anybody is interested in joining our team at Pick Dogs, it's mitch@pickdogs.com is the way to get in touch with me. Not through my Twitter, not through Instagram, not by sending me your picks for the day. Tell me why you want to be on Pick Dogs and what you bring to the table that makes us better. And if it's, I find value plays on the board or whatever, trust me, everybody here finds value plays. But it's like, if you can do video, you can do TikTok, you can do something like that, and you can pick games, well, that's really who we're looking for right now. So got all different types, all different shapes, all different sizes here at Pick Dogs. Super proud of our Pick Dogs community and our team. But like I said, we're always looking to expand, and we've got some really big things coming on. Also, if you're into fantasy sports and you want to join our team, and you can either write fantasy or do fantasy videos, reach out to me, because we're going big on fantasy at Sports Chat Place this coming year. Real big. And I don't know anything about fantasy, so we could definitely use the help.
Yeah, here we go. That's the show, fellas. Last one of the year. Let's make it a great one. Let's make today a great day. Yeah, y'all know we'll be right back. Same programming next year, tomorrow. So be on the lookout for us, man. Let's make some money today.
It means only 2 days till Romanelli makes his.
Right. We out of here, man. Peace.